Town, what's up? You know what time it is? It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks. And y'all ain't gonna believe who just signed in already. Chris Walker is here already. I can't believe this. Hey man, I don't know. This must gonna be a special day today. I got you coming in. But ladies, as a matter of fact, hold up. Let me put him in on right now. Let me click him in. Let me click him in. Look at him. He looking at me, got his hands all up in the air. Look at him. There you go. Okay, there you go, Chris.
Well, because I'm not on CPT, like you chopping me up. What do you mean?
No. I just didn't know. I mean, thank you.
Mm-mm.
No, you're awesome.
Yeah, Mendy. Hey, listen, you see what Mendy say, right?
What Mindy say?
Yeah.
What Mindy say?
But look what she said.
Let me see. What Mindy say? Hold up. Let me go to my comments because I haven't seen what Mindy said yet. Hold up. What Mindy said? Cause oh yeah, Chris. But you know what, Chris? I just don't like the way you do that. You know what I'm saying? You intentionally, y'all. Let me tell you something. You intentionally. I can't stand him. But hey, y'all, let me shout out to my starting five first. Let me get them out the way. Then, Chris, you can have at it. I'm gonna let you have it. Let's talk to Chris Charles, Thaddeus Moody, Terrell Anderson, Mindy Collins. Let's see. Dale Griggs is. Oh, you know she was gonna be on here first. And Jeremy Davis is the sixth man today. But I see you out there, Corey. I see you, Ivan Pettit Jr. Happy birthday, young fella. Happy birthday.
Well, you born on Halloween?
It was yesterday. It was the other day. I think it was the other day. I don't celebrate Halloween, so I don't even recognize it.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You dress up as a crazy person. You do.
I
dress up as a crazy person.
I see roses. Can I talk to my people? Oh yeah. Rose is in the building. Let me talk to. Let me see. Darryl Barnes, Rick, Robert Young. What's up? No Boone today. Boone.
Where my Cowboy fans at? That's all I care about.
Okay, where the Cowboy fans? Man, let me shout to them. But Chris, let me tell you something. I had a unique. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. My favorite fans in the world. I ain't even giving y'all their names, but I got 2 new fans in Philadelphia. And I hope they watch it today, the mama and the daughter. Let me tell you something. You know how I tell y'all sometimes I do this show and it takes so much out of me. I got a full tank of gas. Just to hear from some fans, people always, they ain't fans, they supporters all the way in Philly said, I like Hatter. Chris, don't take this wrong.
I don't like Hatter.
Hey, Chris, hold up. They said, Chris, don't take this long. We got to confess, we like Hatter. Let me tell y'all something. Philadelphia Rock, they got a 7-0 team. Hold up. They got my favorite.
Whoa. Oh, you talking about the Eagles. They got Jalen Hurts from H-Town.
They got a 7-0 football team. They got a great basketball team led by James Harden and Joel Embiid.
Whoa. Great basketball team. They're struggling.
Yeah, that's all right. It's 82 games. Let's see us at the 20-game mark. And they got some Phillies. Guess what? The Astros are up. Now, Philly, I'm going to chill with you when James Harden play and when Jalen Hurts play.
Man Crush Monday.
Man
Crush Monday.
When they go against Dusty Baker, I can't chill get it. But shout out to my new supporters. We got some new Chop Shop fans and Chop Shop supporters that's going to be in the Beam Boom Boom Room. They're in Philadelphia. And guess what? I'm glad to have you. Matter of fact, it's Mama's day today.
Uh-oh.
It's Mama. Mama, it's your day today. Philly Mama. That's how I knew that.
Listen, my grandmother watch it, man. Slow down over there, player.
No, hold on. Grandma got a special place in my heart. But Grandma, you got to move over.
Yo, you bugging, man.
Philly Mama is in the building. I can't wait to go up there. When I go to Philly, that's the first person I'm calling when I get off the plane.
How about them Cowboys, though?
You know what? I'm impressed. I was going to send you a text last night, but the text would have been so damning to me that you would have used it against me. So I just chose. Let me tell you something, man. I am gonna repeat again. I don't dislike the Cowboys. It's just that it's the Dale Griggs and the Chris Walkers and the Kirk Lees of the world. Y'all
What I
can't
do?
realize. I got a grown man, Kirk Lee, friend of mine in Baltimore. He live in Baltimore.
Smart guy.
Get what he told me.
What did he tell you?
I said, Craig. So he said when Dallas first built the stadium, him and his wife come down to the stadium. So we took a tour of the stadium, and he was just looking around like he was in heaven. I said, "You really like these Cowboys?" He said, "Man, I don't like them. I love them."
Exactly. Like I don't understand what's the issue. I don't get it.
But you don't have your whole basement, your whole downstairs,
You got a cowboy golf cart. You got a cowboy golf cart.
Your paper towels and
You got a cowboy golf cart.
I didn't get it made. Somebody else just gave it to me. I didn't get it made. I didn't go out there. These people, their whole basement, the pool tables, Dallas Cowboy, the pool stick is Dallas Cowboy. When you go wipe the tissue in the restroom, it's Dallas Cowboy.
Smart.
But you know what? They pretty dumb. Dale, my daughter, and my sister are the three Cowboy fans that I tolerate. But that Chris Walker and that Walter Yates, I mean, I just can't stand you. I just don't like y'all. I don't like y'all.
But why don't you like me? Because I like the Cowboys. I don't get it.
I don't know why.
You see, here's what people don't realize, especially if they new to the show. Since you shouting out your new Philly fans and Mama Day and stuff, since you're doing all that, what you didn't tell them was that you used to be a Dallas Cowboy fan.
When I was a baby. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. But when I became a man, I put away those childish things, Chris.
You listen, man. That means somebody else in your family was a Dallas Cowboy fan because they got you to like Dallas.
Yes. I lived in Memphis. I'm from Memphis. We didn't have a team, Chris.
Yes, you do. It's called the Cowboys.
It's split. Pittsburgh Steelers, Dallas Cowboys. Split. So guess what? I had Dallas Cowboy pajamas, the curtains. I had everything when I was a little boy. I had the helmet. Y'all don't understand. I had everything. Randy White, Billy Joe Dupree, Bob Hayes, Roger Staubach. I loved them. But when I grew up and started representing these players, I don't like them no more.
And no, I have another word for it. Take one of the T's out. It's called not hatter, but hater. That's really what it is.
I just don't like them no more, man. I don't like how they handle the kneeling. With Colin Kaepernick, I don't like y'all. It's just so many things I don't like about them.
Whoa. So they're the only ones that handle the kneeling a certain way.
I just don't like the way they handle it. I don't like them. I just don't like. I like Dak, and I really secretly last night I wanted him to win.
Hold on. You like Dak now?
I like Dak, and he didn't kneel.
You
yes.
said in Cooper. Hold up. On my when you called me separately, you said in Cooper we trust. So now you like Dak again? I'm gonna tell who the real Robert Hatter is.
I say in Rush we trust.
In Rush we trust. Russell Westbrook.
Rush. Cooper
We'll
Rush.
talk about that later. I know who else you trust. Who your boy is?
Who? Russell Westbrook.
Kyrie Irving.
Chris, I'm not prepared to go there mentally right now.
No, you got to go there. It's fresh out the press. You got to go there.
I'm not prepared mentally to go there.
You have to go there.
Okay. Do whatever you want to do. Do whatever you want.
So you're not ready to go there?
No. I said I'm not mentally prepared. I can go, but I can't. I'm gonna come back later.
But you talk about Joe Tsai, how you love Joe Tsai.
What did Joe Tsai do?
He said he condemned what he said.
Okay. I mean, I got Joe Tsai do not like anything deal with hate because he and his family and his race been hated on for a long time also. So I just think, let me tell you.
Whoa. Can you rewind that again? Can you rewind that? What did you just say?
Joe Tsai don't like
who's Chinese?
Yes.
Right.
Asian. Asian.
He's Chinese. He's from
Okay.
China. He's Chinese.
Okay.
We could say
Okay.
he's from China.
So, Josiah, I mean, so I could, but me personally, but I'm not a billionaire CEO. So he did what he wanted to do. I can't tell Josiah what to do. You expect me to stop liking Josiah? What's up, Jimmy? You expect me to stop liking Josiah because of that? No, I'm not.
I didn't say it. I just
I'm
said,
not.
what did
I,
you
I'm
feel?
trying. I'm trying to explain to you. I want you to help me. And the reason I said I wasn't mentally prepared, I like. I haven't looked. I don't know. All I'm hearing is the rhetoric and the propaganda that's just been brought forth. I don't know. I haven't. I got the actual tweet. I mean the post that Kyrie Irving has. I got that post and I looked at it, but I haven't looked at the movie. I haven't read the book, and I don't understand. I don't understand really all the fuss because what I told you, I wasn't mentally prepared to even speak about it because I like to know about a subject when I
But
talk
you
about
love
it.
talking
So
about race. That's why I'm shocked you're
no,
not
no, no.
prepared.
But I don't understand it. I can't just. I want to be informed. If I want to make opinion, I want to make an informed opinion because some people listening to us. We got people in Philadelphia. I want to be able to give them my. See, you can say whatever you want to. So I'm just gonna go off your lead since you want to bring it up. You want to talk
I
about
mean, it's
Kyrie.
news. I mean, it's news.
I know.
I mean,
Okay, it's news.
he got into a pissing
Tell
match with a reporter.
no, no, no.
So
Forget the reporter.
I'm just telling you what's happened. I'm just telling you what's transpired. I'm not
Okay.
talking about what
Okay, you
that's a
got to
part of
talk
my.
about the root. Let's go back to the root. He made a post. Okay,
Well,
because you can't tell him about the physical the match with the reporter without telling him why him the reporter was talking. Let's give him
they got
more.
into. Well,
Okay.
again, it's about the movie he's supporting. That he actually, I'm assuming that he put his money into, if I read correctly.
No, he did not put his money into it.
I
Keep
thought
going.
he put some. I
No, he
thought he
did
put
not. No, he did not. Yeah,
because I
that's
thought I
why
read that.
I know that part. I know that part. He didn't put no
So if
money
I
into
pull
it.
it up that he
But
put
keep
his
going.
money into it,
I'm just telling you, he didn't put no money into it. But keep going.
so you think he just supported it? Then he just put a post out.
I don't, Chris. I just said you're asking me questions. I don't know everything. I'll just go. You saying that you read somewhere, I hope you got more than one source, that he put money behind a movie. Okay? Okay. So you saying but he said he wasn't promoting the movie.
Well, what was he doing then?
He just put
What
it
was he
on him.
doing?
Okay.
I
Okay.
mean, you
You
got like
sounded
100
like
million
Nick
followers.
Fradell. You sounded like Nick Fradell.
No. I'm asking a
You,
question.
you sounded a little Nick Fradellis right now.
Listen, all I'm saying is you on social media. It's a
I got a
social media.
question,
It's
Chris.
a platform to promote things,
Chris.
right? Okay, go
Why,
ahead.
Chris? You said we got to talk about this because it's the news. Tell me why we got to talk about it.
I mean, it's Kyrie Irving. I mean, it's just in our
No.
community.
Tell me why we got to talk about it. Because it's Kyrie
Why
Irving.
shouldn't we
We
talk
don't
about
talk
it?
about everything Kyrie Irving does.
Yeah, we do, because he do a lot of crazy stuff. So yes, we do.
So,
Yeah, we do.
so you're saying what he did was crazy?
I didn't say that was crazy. I said he does a lot of crazy stuff. I'm not on the witness stand. I didn't post something on my social media. All I'm saying is a lot of people are talking about it. It's news in the NBA. Your favorite owner, Jack Josiah, was like, "Oh, I'm condemning it." I'm like, "Well, let's talk about what he's condemning. Is it anti-Semitic?" I mean, I'm
I
just
don't
saying.
know. I haven't listened to it yet. That's the point I'm trying to make. Have you went and watched the movie on Amazon?
I have not, but I know you love stuff like that.
No, I
So
did not.
thought
I
you would've-
intentionally did not watch it
Okay.
because I really no.
Yeah.
I
You really
really
would.
did. I really didn't. I don't understand enough about the movie. Like I said, I really ain't had time to watch it.
What, Hebrews to Negroes?
I didn't even have time. I didn't even have time to go to the homecomings this weekend. I was so busy. I didn't have time. So I definitely had time to go watch a movie. Hold up, let me see the name of it since you want.
I thought it was Hebrews to Negroes. Is that what it's called?
I put it in here. Well, Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America.
Yes.
Okay, that's what he posted on his feed, and everybody is mad about it because supposedly, because Chris, you take too long to talk about. Supposedly, this movie have some anti-Semitic things in it. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. So his owner came out, Joe Tsai, who Chris talked about, came out and said, "Now, Kyrie." I don't know if he went to talk to Kyrie personally, but he came out to condemn it. Okay. Then Kyrie came into a press conference the other day, and guess what? I think I got the press conference.
I
Kyrie,
thought you didn't. I thought you wasn't ready for this. Well, you knew. See that? I see. I
come on,
know you.
come
I
on,
know you
come
so
on.
well.
I'm a Boy Scout. I'm always prepared.
I know you so.
Kyrie, while we're on the topic of promotion, why did you decide to promote something that Alex Jones said?
That was a few weeks ago. I do not stand with Alex Jones' position, narrative, court case that he had with Sandy Hook, or any of the kids that felt like they had to relive trauma, or parents that had to relive trauma, or to be dismissive to all the lives that were lost during that tragic event. My post was a post from Alex Jones that he did in the early 90s or late 90s about secret societies in America of occults, and it's true. So I wasn't identifying with anything of being a campaignist for Alex Jones or anything. I'm just
I'm tired of hearing him. I'm tired of hearing him. I'm tired of hearing him. I had it. I'm tired of hearing him. I'm tired of it. So that's Chris. I wouldn't have brought it up today. I wasn't.
Whatever.
I wasn't.
Whatever.
I wasn't, because this is the same guy, Kyrie Irving, a liking post by Alex Jones, one of the most vile human beings I ever heard on TV. One of the most vile, racist individuals that I ever heard on TV. I don't know what Kyrie Irving is doing. I'm trying to treat Kyrie Irving really like I'm doing Kanye West. Man, I don't want to keep giving them, wasting our time talking about them. We're not going to stop. Tell me, how does this help the chop shop? Telling our kids don't do no ignorant ass stuff like that?
I mean, that's one way. That's one solution.
Okay, so let's go at that angle. Forget
that's
what
one solution.
Okay, that's a great one. Young men, I watched I watched part of a documentary last night by Louis Armstrong on Apple TV. Louis Armstrong, he was back in the old days. He's a jazz trumpet. Matter of fact, the New Orleans airport is named after him, but he refused to be buried. He buried in New York. He said, "No, I don't like the South like that." But he said something. His wife was talking to him, and he said, "I'm abreast on all issues, everything that's happening. I'm abreast." He said, "But my name carries a lot. When I say something, it carries a lot of weight. So certain things I'm not going to say. Now, at home with us, yes, I'm going to call you all kind of whatever I want to call you. But I'm not going to put it out there when the reporters come out there, they're depressed." And that. He was a remarkable human being. I wish I could have. I didn't have time to finish watching that. But it's just certain things we say, and we give these guys these platforms. But Kyrie seems to be a guy that's just saying things, Chris. Just.
Well, I know Jimmy's going to jump in a second. It's again, there's nothing wrong with addressing issues, because again,
what is the issue?
Let me finish.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, you got three intelligent men, black men, on the screen, and you have Kyrie, who people think is a cerebral person. Some people think he's off his kilter. He's a smart guy. And Kanye West is a smart person, but they tend to engage in what we think is nonsense. And either they're trying to rebel rouse, they're trying to get attention, or they actually believe what they're saying.
Okay.
So now the question is, we can have people follow them, or we can have people follow us. Now, black people aren't monolith. You may think something different than I think, and I may think something different than Jimmy thinks. Right?
Absolutely.
So there's nothing wrong with us hashing it out and then moving on to the next subject, which is, again, talking about the Dallas Cowboys again, who got that W yesterday.
Yeah,
you know
good.
Talk about T-Sheet. T-Sheet, what's up, baby? What's up, baby? How about them Cowboys?
Hey, and Corey Willis, I see it. Corey Willis, I see your comment. You said, "Would Deion be a hell no? I don't want Deion."
Well,
For me,
they just had a black AD.
I don't care if he's orange. I don't think Deion need to coach. And SEC, the Economic Slave Concern. That's just my
Oh my
yeah.
God! You know,
Yeah.
you see, there you go. Now you.
Oh, that's how I go. That's
now
me.
you coming out.
That's me.
I cannot believe you just said that.
Yes,
Man,
I
what you
did.
got, man?
Matter of fact, I said it a
that's
year ago
ridiculous.
on the show. You just wasn't listening that day.
I wasn't listening to that. You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Right. I wasn't
Okay.
listening to that.
Okay.
Hey, how was
guess
homecoming
what?
this
Guess
weekend,
what?
baby?
I'll send you my notes on it, and then you'll understand where I'm coming from.
Because I can't believe you just said that.
All right. Yeah. And guess what? And go.
Hey, hold up.
And might say it again before I get off the show.
Oh, that was last time. What's that?
Huh? I might say it again before I get off the show.
Okay, go on.
Okay.
TC. Listen, I'm surprised Jimmy on the show because he was too busy dancing. I'm surprised he got energy.
Oh man, shoot, yeah, man. Hey, you see, I'm repping right now. I'm repping my brand new RCS Sports with the TSU colors, RCS Sports shirt, dry fit, baby. They're gonna be on sale at the season opener next week, November 11th, November the 12th, Campbell Center. We got 4 new colors for you guys, ladies shirts, all that coming. Get that product, that merch, as them young folks say. We got the merch coming for you. RCS Sports will never shrink. And the shirts will be affordable. And so just stay tuned on that. But I mean just to close out on the Kyrie situation in that
So Jimmy ended that, man.
That in the midst of this. Yes, I think we're skipping. It just so happens that Brooklyn Nets, they're not by themselves. Golden State Warriors, Philadelphia 76ers, Los Angeles Clippers, and definitely the Los Angeles Lakers all have losing or records. None of them have a winning record as it stands right now, 2 weeks into the season. So when you're losing, and then there's something, of course, what Kyrie did. See, the thing is, when you mention the Alex Jones situation, Alex Jones is a name right now his name is a trigger. So indirectly, the movie is one thing, but the Alex Jones is within that. That's a whole different scab that has not healed on a wound that affected a lot of people. This man was just hit with a $900 million judgment against him. And so that was one of the, and then people, and Kyrie doubled down. It's like, man, y'all missing the point. Everything I said, you pick on that. You damn right. That's how it normally goes. They will pick on the one thing that you probably shouldn't have said, or the one thing you probably shouldn't have done, and it would negate everything else. So once again, if those people that are not a tad bit illiterate to the Hebrews to Negroes and the whole concept of blacks being the original Jews and whatnot, then go and read, educate yourselves. Then you take it to the table and go forward with it. But until then, it's just one of those things. Guess what? Brooklyn Nets know what they were signing up for. They knew some of Kyrie's beliefs. Best believe that. They knew what Kyrie, remember, even from the days of the earth being flat, they knew that Kyrie beat from a different drum. And in this situation, once again, you mentioned Kanye.
Could it be one of those things where we talk about Kanye just being absolutely ridiculous because he wanted out of his sneaker contract? Could this guy be doing the same thing because he wanted out?
So he the one that opted in, Chris, just a month ago.
I understand that.
He the one that opted in.
Oh,
he could have did. If you want out, you could do like John Wall just showed y'all how to get out. If you want to get out.
Well, they didn't want him there.
Well, he didn't. At first, he didn't want to be there as well.
They didn't want him there. I mean, they give you $47 million to sit on the bench. I mean, give me a break.
Yeah, but he didn't want to be there. He wanted to go to. He felt John Wall and his circle felt that he deserved the treatment that normal guys got. But you ain't a normal guy. You're not a multi-year all-star. You're not a superstar. You're not a mega star in this league. So he felt that he could have said, "Man, trade me to a contender." You getting traded to the Houston Rockets of now is that's like a kiss of death. That's like a punishment. It's like go to your room, go there. So he felt, and guess what? Rightfully so. Now, guess what? The Rockets rewarded him by helping him. They could have traded him to another bottom dweller.
I mean,
Enabled him to get to the Clippers.
I mean, they're no good. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, but on paper, they are. Right now, that Golden State Warriors are no good. If that's the case, Chris.
I don't know
They
about
don't
that.
have a winning record.
I don't know about that. They might
All
still
of
be.
our mega stars.
Hey, they might be having issues still over that Draymond Green thing. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if there's something going on in that locker room.
But that winning heals that.
I understand
That's
that, but they're not winning. So why are they
winning
not?
heals that. And guess what? And as a lot of people point to, when it first happened, this goes on to Steph Curry's legacy indirectly. Because if Steph Curry can help that relationship mend, then he's one hell of a leader.
The 140 million don't make it men.
When you're winning,
5 year,
Chris,
140,
losing
5 year, 140.
the blood tastes the same coming out of your lip, whether little Johnny hit you or big Bruto hit you. That blood tastes the same.
I got a question here. Did y'all expect the Golden State to go 82-0? I'm just asking for a friend. Y'all sit up here talking like something. Did y'all expect the Golden State Warriors to go 82-0?
No, but I
So what are y'all talking about?
I know I expected the Golden State Warriors in the majority of this country, after seeing them come out on opening night, you expected them to not to be sub.
They lose 2 games on the road
at 600. I mean, at 7 games in, you didn't expect that. You didn't expect that. No, you don't expect that. Right? You expect them to be doing better than what they're doing right now. Right now.
And you see my man Barkley chopping up Klay Thompson.
Wow.
What do you say?
Not the same.
Wow.
Say he's not the same anymore.
Wow.
What do you mean by that, Chris?
Wow.
Because he's been injured. I mean, he tore his ACL, then he tore his Achilles. Obviously, they won a championship last year, but he's been struggling this year. And, I mean, that dude's overcome a lot. And
defense is bad, Hatter. In how many games?
Who?
7 games in the season, they defense is bad. You can't play that, but they had the best defense in the league last year and in the playoffs. So you worried about what they playing defense now in 7 games? Jacoby and Chris and Jimmy. You got these guys trying to win a championship.
If they were 7-0, what would you be
Boston
saying?
Celtics, no, the Boston Celtics was getting their head tore off so bad last year that Marcus Smart had to come out and run his mouth about it. Well, it's going bad, y'all. It's going downhill. They wind up being in the finals. So, first of all, y'all ain't even going by, Jimmy, your own thing. Wait till the 20-game mark. Talking about at 7 games. Hey, and that's to anybody.
So what's going on in the Laker locker room right now?
I don't know.
It's only been 6 games.
Because but the Lakers, hold on. Okay. The Lakers got a guy that you say is the best player in that ever put on a pal.
My grandmother watching.
Excuse me. Hold up. The only guy that ever put on a pal draw.
Yeah, say it. Say it if you want to.
Yeah.
Say it if you want to.
So, and you got another guy that's supposed to be one of the best ever.
Who?
Anthony Davis. And they getting their head toe clean off. 0-6. That's the problem.
No, they're 1-6.
They were 0-6 before last night. They lucked up and won last night. So all I'm saying is, I just don't understand.
They lucked up and won last night.
Yes.
They brought Russ off the bench. Russ finally.
You said you want to get rid of Russ.
Who said that? Did I say it on the show or I said it on a private conversation?
On the show.
Are you sure about that?
I mean, private. I'm sorry. Private. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying. I listen.
But now I got the text. Hey, y'all want me to put his text on?
No, you better not put my text on it.
I'm gonna put that crossbody up on there though.
You better not put that crossbody.
Hey man, this man sent me a picture of him with a purse on, man.
I never sent you a picture of me with a crossbody on, man.
Boy, you better be glad I'm a man of integrity. Boy, I want to put this thing on here so bad, but I'm not gonna do you like that. I can't do you like that. Philadelphia's in the house. But no,
text too. I got text too, by the way. Send it out there if you want to.
Hey, don't do me like that. But no, I'm just curious, y'all. So Golden State is having okay.
I mean,
They lost two road games.
That's your favorite team. You know why? You know why it doesn't make sense to talk to you about it? Because that's your favorite team. That's why. So why are we even talking to you about that?
No.
Your favorite team.
No. Stephen Curry is my
favorite
favorite player. So wherever he at, yes. And I'm being objective. All I said is, what are y'all talking about? It's 7 games, and we got a guy who you say is the best player ever. Ain't won a game.
What we normally do at the 20-game mark, which is the first quarter of the season, the 82-game season.
Yes.
That's when we normally give our full evaluations. But right now, with just something that's historic of historic proportion is that those teams I named, they possess the vast majority of our American superstars, our American faces of basketball. That's the difference.
They not playing hard, Jimmy. I'm telling you, these superstars ain't playing hard. You got guys. How many? You can't even name San Antonio's starting lineup, can you?
What's the point?
They don't have.
They 5-1.
They don't have a superstar on it. We're not talking.
I'm telling you. I'm explaining to you what's going on. These superstars are not playing hard.
At the same time, collectively, that's their teams. It's not necessarily their teams.
But guess what, Jimmy? They get the responsibility.
This is the first time in the history of the NBA that you found, even though it's only 7 games in, yes, but this span of 7 games, a losing record, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant, /Kawhi Leonard, the Philadelphia 76ers, right? The Golden State Warriors. Of course, in Philadelphia would be James Harden /Joel Embiid. He now qualifies as that mega star.
Have you been watching the games this year, Jim? Have you been watching the games? I've watched more basketball this year. I haven't watched enough basketball these first 7 games. I ain't never watched this many games. I'm telling you.
Hey, what's your point?
Them stars ain't playing hard right now. I don't know why.
So you're saying they're trying to miss on purpose?
I didn't say they're trying to miss. I said they're not playing hard. Did you hear what I did? Hold up. Did I say anything about a miss?
Well, who is playing hard? This is mega star. What mega star is playing hard? Jason Tatum?
I just said these guys that you talking about losing, and I don't support all them teams, Chris. I don't support all them teams you're talking about. The Clippers, I don't support them. I'm watching them play. They're not playing hard. I'm just saying this 7-game thing isn't up. I'm telling y'all, remember I told y'all on this show, you two know-it-alls, I'll revisit this later. Y'all say what you want about them right now.
It's basketball season. So you're telling me Kevin Durant is going out and intentionally trying to lose games?
I didn't say...
You say not playing hard.
When Kevin Durant played against the Greek Freak last week, and that game's on, I watched that game. You saying Kevin Durant wasn't playing hard against the Greek Freak? Greek Freak just was playing harder and better.
Kevin Durant ain't guard nobody. When you're playing hard, that means you're stopping it. Excuse me. Every team that had played against Kevin Durant this year, the star on the other team had a career night. Had a high night, had a 30 or 40-point night on every last one of the losses on Kevin Durant's team. So Kevin Durant's supposed to be the bad dude. Then you take it on yourself, Kevin Durant, and stop that guy.
Age hits differently. It's like an egg. It hatches on different days. Age hits.
Y'all got to let me warm up. Y'all on the show too early with this nonsense.
For some people, age hits differently. That's like that LeBron promo, the Father Time, which I think is a great promo, by the way.
You're helping my argument now. I said they ain't playing hard. Could age prevent you from playing hard?
No. It can prevent you from sustaining at a certain level hard. You can play hard. It's like going hard. Certain kids
I can't believe you good. I can't believe you saying this nonsense about they're not playing hard.
I'm watching the game. I've had the advantage to watch the games. You haven't. I'm
Listen,
watching them.
I watch the games. I'm just not
All of
commenting.
these games you talking about they lost, a lot of these
Ooh.
games have come down to a few stops
Okay,
that
but
they
that's
just
called
did. Hold on. I ain't telling you, excuse me, I'm not telling you from a fan. I'm telling you, I've watched more basketball this year than I watched all of last year. I've been watching the NBA package every single time I get a chance to watch every team play. And I'm watching these guys and I'm saying, these dudes just don't. This is my research. Just like y'all do little research and you expect for people. You know what, though? I got something. I got something for you.
What you got?
What answer could I give you that'll make this suffice for you two? What answer should I get you? I should just agree with y'all.
I got an answer.
Give me an answer that would suffice.
I got one, maybe, because, in the last 10 years, people have said you needed a big three to win, right? Right or wrong? That's been the culture. Need a big three. Need a big three. Maybe there's a culture shift where teams are more apt to win now. That could be the case. That could be the case. I don't know.
Or maybe you can say let's have this keep that same energy after the 20th game of the season, and let's revisit this topic on game number 20.
I just said that.
And then
I said that.
No, but you said that, and you went and said some other stuff.
I'm gonna keep saying stuff because I'm smart. I'm gonna say stuff. All I want to know what evidence I can give y'all that'll change y'all mind. Probably none. So I'm done.
Tell us what Steph Curry not playing hard at. Since you keying in on Kevin Durant. Tell us what Steph not playing hard.
You mentioned Kevin Durant, so I came back and gave you some facts.
No, I mentioned all of them in a bundle. Tell us what Joel Embiid ain't playing hard at.
Oh, he's out of shape. You know why I know? Because I know people on the damn team.
Now, we know where James Harden ain't playing.
How they out of shape?
It's a normal thing.
Hey, man, remember I just said, I'm going to just let you, y'all, in this case right here, I'm going to let y'all go back and forth. I'm going to let y'all go back and forth.
Why is he out of shape? He's making like $50 million a year. He knew basketball season was time of year. He had 6 months off.
Why Kyrie talking crazy on Twitter? He make 7,000, 35 million. Why does a man climb a mountain? Because it's there.
That's a little bit different.
Why does a man climb a mountain? Why does
it? A little bit different.
Because it's there. No, it's not different.
Oh, that's different.
No, it's not different. Okay, y'all talk about something. Yeah.
Now, of course, as I mentioned you guys earlier, the HBCU weekend for Prairie View, Texas Southern, and a lot of those homecoming weekends, were for them two of the schools this past Saturday. And of course, with festivities leading up to the weekend, as we had highlighted on the Chop Shop, Prairie View made a decision to plant their homecoming right on the same weekend of Texas Southern University, which kind of fragmented the support possibly from both schools, because there are a lot of people who will go with a friend. Sometimes some years there may be an alumni that would take somebody with them to get that experience. And now it make people have to kind of like pick and choose. The rain came through on Friday, which dampened slightly the festivities down in Prairie View, from what I understand, because a lot of their trailers are on the grass, like a little grassy knoll that sits right outside of the football stadium. And once that stuff rains and that turns into mud and all of the foot traffic and whatnot, it can kind of, ain't gonna stop you once you get full of those beverages, but it can hinder that whole process of having fun.
You can't be cute. You can't look good. You can't be cute or nothing like that.
Yeah, but at the same time, certain cars can get stuck in that stuff, and it takes a while to get out of there. And when you move out of there, then you're messing up the grounds, because you have to. That happens as well. So economically, it creates a damper. But I'm quite sure everybody. I didn't go down to Prairie View this year at the pick and choose, which was obvious. I went over to Texas Southern on Saturday, and I must say, I ran into a couple of people who that was first timers, and they were marveled. And I'm gonna double down on this now. If you live in the area of an HBCU and you have an opportunity to take the young people to the homecoming, just to walk through. There's a lot of little teenagers and teen boppers that walk through those areas. Do so. Let them experience it so that they can help them get a whole different perspective of the HBCUs. Not a single arrest took place at Texas Southern University. See, you won't get that on the news. You won't get that on other networks. Not a single arrest took place. Free concerts every year at both campuses. Not to mention, I'm not taking away from other campuses. We do. These are two that we know that we've supported physically and mentally and economically each of the past within the past 3 to 5 years. So TSU had MC Light and a couple other bands.
Who?
Shoot.
Who?
Got you. You know what? If I just said
you just said Justin Bieber. He know who the hell that is.
If I said Billy Joel, he'd have been over here. You know Billy Joel. Yeah.
Elton John. He's the Rocket Man.
Hold on. I just asked the question.
Elton John being in concert this week.
Hold on. I just asked the question and y'all jumping on me.
I can't stand him, man.
Hey man, dude, MC Light, free concert. TSU had BB Bell Biv DeVoe, I think.
No.
Yeah, free. They had Rick Ross about 4 years ago. Free. These are free. See, it's kind of like you look at this like going to the Pro-Am or going to the NBA Summer League. You get to see some of these concerts for free. These same guys will come and perform months later, and you got to pay $100 a ticket.
They weren't free. They were complimentary because of the homecoming. I don't like the word free. It was complimentary because of the home. I don't like the word free. I don't like it because free means it's cheap. And they had, let me tell you something. And I don't know who that Prairie View heard. Somebody just texted me and said Prairie View had 90,000 people up there. Strong.
What?
It wasn't no mud. That was somebody just texted me. And I know they was there at 8 o'clock in the morning. No, calling me talking about, man, here where my RV. I wasn't going nowhere this weekend. So I mean, but a shout out to y'all. Happy homecoming week for HBCUs. And I'm just glad. And a lot of people say they had fun. And I mean, it's just a great time, man. It's a great a place for y'all to be. Sure, I don't even go back. I've been to HBCU homecomings. I ain't never been back to Memphis homecoming ever. And I don't think I will go. I don't think I will go. So
if you once again, man, mark your calendars. Get some of these young people. They're teenagers. Now I'm thinking I can't speak for the very very young ones. For high school age students, get them to that experience. Remember, you don't have to go to the game.
Yes. But Walter Yates said he don't lack for people to come to the thing, and they ain't never been on they ain't went to school.
Why?
He told me, a lot of people ain't never been to an HBCU, and they just spend. Hold up, he put out a post. Walter Yates, I'm telling you, you put out a post. You spend all this money on RVs, you spend all this money, and ain't nobody gave to the HBCU. You spend all this money.
Good point.
A great point. That's what I'm telling you on. Ain't nobody gave. So, but what's so unique about it though, and what I found out about it, just studying the history, being able to go to Howard's before, then Morehouse, and Morehouse and Spelman give it at the same time. Can you imagine that one? Going and being around the people who were there. It's a place where families, old and young, and the community gets involved. Jackson State don't have a 7,000 enrolled, but the stadium had 60,000 people in it, Walter Yates. So if we were just depending on the people that go to the school, that wouldn't suffice. Homecomings, our governance structure, how we see each other. That's the only thing that I missed about being at both of them things the other day. I didn't get a chance to rub shoulders.
Where were you?
Had something else to do. But But the rub shoulders with those people, man, and just being out there in that atmosphere. I usually go. But this particular time, I couldn't make it. And I guess I said I didn't want to go to 2 super spreaders. I went to a super spreader last week, so I didn't want to double up on the spreaders. And I just made it.
If you would have worn a mask at the homecoming, Lord, come on, man. No, come on, man.
I said,
Jimmy,
hey,
do you see any
somebody just texted me, said they met a 92-year-old graduate of Prairie View. See, that's the kind of stuff. I would have gave anything to sit and talk to that 92-year-old one. I bet you it was a woman. I know it wasn't a man that old. Text me again and tell me, was it a woman? He said, those are the things I like about going to homecomings. Sitting there and talking to the 92-year-old mother or father, whoever that was. Robert Hatter would have sit down and talked to that lady for 30 minutes. Just sit at her feet, sit at his feet. That's the great thing. That's why this thing is so important. But Jimmy, I know people going for the party. Somebody said it was so much weed out there. It was a 92-year-old Q dog. Lord have mercy. Usually men don't grow steak there. I stand corrected. Now, I really would have loved talking to him. Because guess what, Chris? If he's 92 years old, he going to be able to tell me about Adam Clay Powell. He going to be able to, that's walking history there, Robert Young. See, that's what I love.
Whole goal, baby. That's what it is, baby.
Yeah, I got you.
That's a great friend right there.
I got you, man.
You know what I'm talking about,
man.
I want to add something before we go too far away in regard to the giving back component. I think it's a very viable topic, but it should not just be singled out there. And that's something that's in culture. And I can speak of on the Black culture. There are certain things, elements of giving back that we as a culture just are not adamant enough as far as ironing out the wrinkles of it. For example, when the kids are young, the element of when a lot of us down in the South, we grew up in churches, whereas you go to church on your day of your main primary day of service was a Sunday. Most of us down south. And on those Sundays, they would have an offering. And it would then they had a tithe. And although, hell, you'd be surprised. You think I'm joking? You go approach 3 Black folk that you know throughout the rest of this day, your homework assignment, and ask them to spell tithe. Just say, man, I'm trying to spell something. Act like you're trying to write it down. I'm trying to spell tithe, man. I can't think of it. Help me spell it real for me. And watch what happens. How many do you think, if you call 3 of your buddies, that will actually know how to spell the word tithe?
Well, I mean, you got tithing, not tide. Like they're gonna spell it like the soap.
You know, if you tell them, well, if you're using a sentence, then they know what you're talking about.
But if you know how to spell it, I want you to know what it actually means.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So that goes in the compass what I'm getting to. You don't have to know how to spell it. I was just deviating to let people understand that nevertheless, not knowing what it means, they don't even know how to spell it. So now knowing in our culture, not saying everybody, no. I know some of you looking at the screens from, there are many of us that were not taught the principles of tithing. That's a form of giving back.
Jim.
A lot of us were not taught the principles. Fast forward through grassroots basketball. A lot of you grassroots coaches out there. Just look back on how many players you helped get into Division I college, how many players who became a pro in life. Not saying pro basketball. That's all you. That comes the thing. Only thing you know how to count. But what about a professional in life? Of all of those guys that became professional in life, what if each one of them had been programmed to understand the art of giving back? That what you're doing is helping these young men. It takes resources. So if you make it in life, guess what? You come back and you reinvest into tomorrow.
So what you're saying is you don't see people doing that then?
Absolutely.
I talked to me earlier today. I mean, I know you don't want to mention names, but it is relevant. But let's get back to, because Hatter said something before. We talked about this a while ago, Hatter, and you said black people are not programmed to give back. That was your stance.
Mm-hmm.
They're just, and Jimmy's saying the same thing. They understand tithing at church to a degree.
But tithing is not giving back.
That's true. It's giving.
Tithing is not giving back.
No, it's not giving back.
Just hold on. Offering is giving back. Tithing is a command. God said, okay, I give you 100%. You give me 10% back. Your 10% back before you do anything. That's a sort of command, a biblical command. Offering is different. See, I think what we're talking about is sowing and reaping. I think that's what we're talking about. Sowing, when you sow stuff. You got to realize, we eat our seed because we haven't had nothing. So if somebody give us something, we're going to eat the seed instead of plant it, because we don't understand as a people, a lot of us, some of us give and some of us
not
give.
All of us. Not all of us.
I said some of us. A lot of us don't understand because they don't have. How you gonna give what you don't have? And then some people just downright just stingy, ain't gonna get nobody nothing no way. Because they ain't never had nothing. Okay.
Or to your point, again, you could say they've never had anything, or there are people that have had things and don't understand sowing.
Sowing. That's why I said sowing and reaping.
Right.
Absolutely.
And if you give, let's say you give to a university.
Absolutely.
Right. Because I went to a PWI. They give money like crazy.
Oh yeah.
Right. People die, will money to Harvard. I'm like, you didn't even go to Harvard. So people do stuff like that.
Hold on.
Right.
Hold on. Even in your insurance policy.
Yes.
In their insurance policy.
Yes.
A certain amount go to their church.
Yes, that's true.
We don't do that. But keep going. As a whole, keep going.
Jimmy said, and I don't know if I'm piggyback, why? So you're saying we don't, it's not ingrained in our culture.
It's not ingrained in our culture.
And I'm saying if you at church every day, or, because I wasn't a summer coach with Adidas and Under Armour.
Absolutely.
And I had to come to the realization, I know there's some guys on here that coach. I had to come to the realization that, you know what? Who am I doing this for? Am I doing this for me? Or am I doing this for them? Now, two things can be true at the same time. Why you making a face?
Those two things were true at the same time. You was doing it for you. I'm not gonna let you get on here. Come on.
No. I put it out there. So Jimmy would know. So my thing is, as Jimmy said, as I extinguish my resources, because people are under this misnomer that summer coaches are making all this money, accruing all this wealth, when they're volunteering, because the dude with the U of H shirt on or the Georgia shirt know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? Know exactly what I'm talking about.
This dude got a name. But keep going.
Hater knows exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm saying it's not what people think. And so you have to come. So if I'm out here volunteering my time, Ken Gamble on there, he knows. I'm out here using my resources, right, to drive kids around here and there, go back and forth, never asking for anything in return, and then they go on to get a scholarship, right? Then they go to the league. So Jimmy not even talking about those guys.
No.
Because they the worst.
Yeah, they ain't gonna get
They're
it.
the worst.
Keep going.
Because if you leave it up to them, they did it all themselves.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the kids that just go to college. How about this? I'm not even telling you to give money to me. How about somebody, you don't know where the money came from. You got on a plane. You don't know where the money came from. You slept in a hotel room. You don't know where the money came from. You had a uniform and you had shoes on. You don't know where it came from. You took from the program. How about if you made it, you were educated, you have a couple of dollars, give back to the program, because the other kid don't know where it comes from either. How about so what I'm saying is, are we teaching them to give back?
That's a great point.
Because
that's exactly my point.
When they go home, clearly that's not being taught. Clearly it's not being taught. Because what they do is, the coach, man, let me tell you something. I've seen it too many times. I'm trying not to
Come on.
Trying not to go in and use names and stuff.
Me too.
Of people that
Go
all
on in.
they do is take. What'd you say, Jimmy?
He talking about don't do it. Don't do it. Come on.
Nah, I can't do that. No.
No. We ain't damaging nobody's character on it, but keep going.
No, we're not gonna do that. But Doug Smith, listen, Doug Smith's on here, right?
Yeah.
Doug Smith does a football thing.
Yeah.
Doug Smith knows.
Oh, he really
Doug Smith
knows.
knows.
Absolutely knows.
Herb Baker knows.
So, but at the same time, though, but here's the deal. Like you see, that's exactly where I'm going with this. So, if once you know and you accept the fact that the odds of these young black, we talking about young black kids. Let's just be frank. That's what we're talking about primarily right now. Right now. So because you understand, once you understand and accept that the fact that the majority of them fit this description, then guess what? Are you really deserving to be pissed off and mad once later on in life? They don't give back? They don't.
We ain't worried about being pissed off, Jimmy. I thought we were here.
Being disappointed, or wondering why. Because you didn't. Because hold on. If you, the coach, did not attempt to teach them the principles or the art of why and what you should give back to and when, then how the hell
the coach can teach the guy, and his mammy said, "Don't get him nothing."
Exactly. That's my point. When they go home, they undo everything you try to get them to do. It's all about what's going on in that household.
Coach, hold on. Hold on. Let's go there. We can be around people who you done paid light bill for and did everything for. Cut their water on, keep their water. And they will call and tell Jimmy, if my son play for his team again, you put your foot in my ass. Just cause I wouldn't let her stay in my house with her and her 2 kids. Let me tell you something, man. So we can say, and that kid don't speak to me no more as much as I've done for him. Yo, I'm going to show you. I used to be on the list when you can go to the school and visit the kid. Everybody's not on those lists. I was on this kid's. This how bad. That's why I'm telling you about it. This how bad it hurt me. And you can teach and teach with that mammy and that daddy, whoever. I mean, we got a cycle of people and the people are not appreciative.
Oh, God.
So what we need to do, I'm sorry, Chris, come on, you can come on. Go on. We need to learn, we need to teach people gratitude.
But how do these same people at church every Sunday? They go to church every Sunday. What's the preacher?
Yeah, but I've told you the story about the Godfather 3. I told you. The Godfather, Michael Corleone, go over to Italy to talk to the Pope, or the Cardinal who was about to be the Pope. And he said, look, man, I'm a gangster. But the Vatican Bank, who you're part of, y'all just gangstered me. I'm a gangster. I didn't expect to be gangstered by y'all. And he looked in a pond and picked up a rock. And he broke the rock open, Chris. He said his rock has been in this water for thousands of years. But when I open it up, it's dry on the inside. Nothing got through. He said the same as in Christianity. What you talking about, people going to church? People can go to church for 2,000 years. But if it don't get inside of them, Chris, it's not going to do nothing. You can go to church all you want to. It's got to get inside of you and convict you.
I agree. No, I don't disagree
There's
with that.
There's some professional churchgoers out there.
Yes, I know a lot of them.
It's similar. If you ever, like Chris, think about this. I know I'm gonna put you, a lot of you we're talking grassroots coaches. A lot of y'all have been in a similar situation, and how do you have too? You've been where you drove the bus or the van for a particular weekend, right? And those kids get in the van first while you let it, because you smart enough to let it, it's hot in there first. You can crack the windows, you're gonna crank it up, let it cool off. Then some of them gonna still hop in there. They don't care. They'll let the doors open but my point is this. They get in there and put their music on, whatever they want, you good. Because as long as them kids are happy, They, on some.
Not when I'm in the van.
Not when I'm driving.
Not when I'm driving. They already know. They don't like for me to drive.
So here's what happened. So here's what happened.
Uh-huh.
Has it
Call
ever been a
headphones.
time? Has it ever been a time? I'm glad y'all too perfect for the question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even have to talk to them. Has there ever been a time that while you listening to your music, now mind you, they're gonna put their stuff on, but it's gonna be one or two gonna still be talking amongst each other. They can't have their earphones on. So they gotta hear your music indirectly. That your song might have came on and you cut up a little louder, and they might hear you singing. They say, "Oh, coach, think you cool up there." And you trying to let them know what the words might have mean. Or hey, listen to this part right here. Take this part right here out. Hey, that's the good part of the song. This is the bridge. Well, that's the same thing. Trust me. Years later in life, I promise you, that young man, whenever he listen to that type of music, whether it be Frankie Beverly and Mays, whether it be Earth, Wind & Fire, they gonna remember you introduced them to that music.
Jimmy, I don't know why you bringing it up. This was prevalent on our tour. When I drive the bus, they already know I'm riding with Mr. Haller. I'm right. After a while, Jimmy, they wanted to hear something else.
That's exactly my point. If you introduce it to them, and they don't get to hear it, they don't come back and they don't get the same, listen to it on their own, do their homework. And then guess what? Now it's the principle, the same concept goes into teaching them about giving back. If you can influence them, it's all about influence. That's the key word right here, people. Influence. You are influencers out there, but you don't want to influence them when it's comfortable, when it's going to benefit you to influence these young people.
And Jimmy, me talking to some of these guys, the industry has gotten so bad. The people who are in charge of the programs that they used to be a part of, the industry didn't got bad. They don't. The guys ain't no intent. They don't trust the guys who are in power. I'm just telling you. That's what they telling me. So that's why they said, "Well, I'd rather go over here and control it myself." I ain't no excuse, Chris. I'm just saying what they're saying.
Right. Okay. So
speak on it, Chris.
So I've heard that before, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I hear that, right? Well, I just don't like the guys that are doing it. Hey, man, when you were doing it, what if somebody else was saying
didn't like the guy? Yes. What if?
Like, what if somebody else was saying this?
But if my auntie has some breasts,
I get you. But that dude
she'll be my auntie.
Exactly. But that dude found a way for you to eat. Here's my problem with that, because I've been in those situations.
Right.
When you talking about driving in a car, I would at times no music.
Okay.
Teachable moments. We're gonna talk about something.
Okay. I like that.
Drive through River Oaks. Talk about economics. Who lives here?
That's a good one.
Why don't any black people live here? Tell me why. Well, what are you gonna do? Like, and sometimes think about it, you drive from Houston to Dallas, you got 3 hours. I may let them listen for an hour, let them listen to their own music. Stop at a Chick-fil-A, headphones off. We're gonna talk about this. Talk about college. Like, that's the time that Jimmy said you can impart knowledge. Now, again, particularly if you know certain kids, if you really care, what you have to do is, man, you got to get those kids to believe in you. Yeah, you can have AAU teams and you can take them, and because you're paying for things, people are going to like acquiesce and they're going to like act like they're down with it. But you know the ones that care. You know the ones that care. And at the end of the day, I really don't care if they care. You know what I care about? My agenda. My agenda is I'm going to make sure, as Jimmy say, I'm going to make sure I talk to them about this. I'm gonna make sure I talk to them about this. I remember I was working at Villanova. I don't know what school. I've been at so many schools, and I said, "Hey, man, it's not indigenous to black athletes. It's not indigenous for black athletes to give back. Most of the kids that have played in the NBA that left this school are African American. Why are they not giving back?" So I went to the board, to the people that do the fundraising. I said, "Let me ask you a question. This might have been Berkeley. I might have been at Berkeley." I said, "Jason Kidd, Lamont Murray, Tony," like I went through the list. I said, Jalen Brown. I said, when you guys got him here at the school, why don't you talk to them about how to give back and build a relationship with them? You wait till they get the money. It's too late.
Too late.
But most of them ain't staying but 6 months.
I had her. It don't matter. You got 6 months to impart knowledge.
You be
So
influenced
what you rather have 6 months or no months? 6 months or no months?
Hey, a summer basketball coach can get a kid to live with them practically in the 390 days. So you can do a lot in 6 months.
Again, Hatter, it's principles. Again, as
I
I
got
said before, you did a great job with your child.
you.
You sent him to Cornell. Didn't let him, again, if it was up to him, he probably would have gone to play for U of H or this place or that place. And you had a plan for your son, and that's why he's doing what he's doing here in New York City.
Right.
Right? Because you didn't care about what he thought and the way he saw the world.
I did.
You're like, hey, man, this is what we're doing.
Absolutely.
That's what he got in his household.
Yeah.
That's really the fundamentals of what we're talking about here. The moral fabric of the black family, they're not getting it in their household. That's the issue. And I'm not indicting everybody.
No.
All I'm saying is,
So
if it's
what we get to, so the kids still need help. So hold on. That's why I always tell people to share this show. Because some other parents, some young parent need to hear it. Some parent in the 9th grade, 7th grade, or 6th grade need to hear this. Some high school coach. But Chris, my part is, think about it. We can't get them to share a show. Not the ones who sharing it. I'm not talking about y'all. We trying to help the next generation. And we can't even get people to share it so other people can get it, so another parent can get influence, so another summer coach can be like you and I, so they can get these experiences. Chris, a lot of people don't watch the show. A lot of people tell people don't watch the show. Ain't nobody on there but that damn Jimmy and Hatter and Chris.
that's fine. That's their preference.
No. I am talking about the responsibility, man. Our whole community.
When the ass want to get in, the ass need them tickets to get in them ball games. Hey man, got a couple passes, man. Let me know. They want them tickets to get in, then don't they?
And that's so sick. That's so
but
sick.
I'm not. But at the end of the day, Hatter, you're right. Our job is to keep piercing, right?
Yes.
To keep going at them, to keep trying to pull and get them to understand. And the ones that want to, it's like you watch National Geographic, right?
Okay.
You watch the mama cub, the lion cubs. The one that don't get it ends up being lunch for somebody else. The ones that follow along ends up having a chance to survive in the wild, because that's what it comes down to, right? I'm not gonna say the name of the podcast or the somebody. My nephew, I got a nephew who's going. I don't like to say this. I think he's gonna be an all-star, one of the next guys in the city of Houston. Cousin, I'm sorry, and. He sent me a video or something that was on YouTube or maybe on Instagram, whatever, of a show with one of the former stars in Houston. And you guys probably saw it. And it was Tommy Mason Griffin. And he was talking about being a pro. And he was talking about where things went wrong. He was talking about how good he was. He was talking about all these different things. And what Chris Walker was listening for, because my cousin is trying to influence his son, I say, here's what they didn't talk about. What the relationship with the parental relationship or the guide, the wisdom or the insanity that surrounded him that would not allow him to make clairvoyant decisions, because that's what it comes down to. Because we're not going to deal with that. I mentioned before, why did your son go to Cornell? Because it didn't matter what he thought, and it didn't matter what he felt. This was the plan.
Good point.
When you choose the basketball part, you choose something that may last 3 years. That's if you get it. What else you gonna do?
Right.
You don't get a degree. Okay, I get it. Okay, getting the college degrees on everything. Okay, you want to go fix air conditioners, you want to work for UPS, whatever you want to do. Absolutely. But you're not living in River Oaks, and you're not living in Memorial, and you're not going to drive a Maserati, and you're not going to drive a Porsche. You cool with that? Oh, I'm just saying, you got to explain economics to these kids, man. They just literally think, well, I'm going to be like Lil Baby. I'm going to be like Jay-Z. I'm going to be like Kanye. But again, who's around them to say, dude, you sound crazy right now? You know what they say? Jimmy, you're a dream killer. Jimmy, you don't believe in me. I believe in.
I ain't getting no love in Houston.
I didn't get no love. Okay? So what I'm saying is, because you're truth tellers, people get upset. And listen, and you know what's funny? Adults, we get truth telling every day when we go to work. You don't show up on time, what do they do to you? They truth tell you. Homeboy, come late again. You're gonna get fired. Right? You don't come too many days, guess what? You can't pay your bills. You act a certain way at work, you get disciplined, truth telling. But where's the one place we don't want to truth tell? To our kids. How do you mention before? In the black community, we can help ourselves by doing one thing. Tell them about our pain. All they want to do is tell them about our passion. They don't want to tell them about what we've been through. Because if they tell them about what we've been through, maybe they won't go through the same thing. Because if you don't know the past, you what? Doomed to repeat it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's all I'm saying. So when Jimmy says to Jimmy's point about, am I a giver or am I a taker? Or like, did I do summer basketball for me and for them? I did it for both. But here's what I know.
It's okay.
I'm a good dude. I like to travel a certain way. Like Jack Maharlo say, first class. I like to do things a certain way. So because I'm a good dude and because I like to roll a certain way, they get to come with me.
Absolutely.
But I'm doing it for who? For me.
Yes. Absolutely.
They just get blessed.
Yeah.
Because, and again, and I'm okay.
Yes,
with that.
I'm okay with that.
And I'm okay with them not giving me nothing when they get to because I already know, okay, it's not my money. That's not my child. When I used to coach, I used to tell people all the time, listen, Mom, your job is to love your kid in spite of all his nonsense. That's not my job. That's your job.
Wow.
That's your job. Your job is to love him in spite of.
Right.
He come in, he got a responsibility. He don't do it, he's gone. Because that's life. He's tied to you no matter what. He's not tied to me. Like, we got to teach them about business. Because the sports is about business. And we're making it like it's little league and recreation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right or wrong?
You're right.
And that's what it comes down to. I wanted to pivot. I read something, I don't know if you saw it, about, I know because we got voting coming up here. People are voting now.
Right.
About affirmative action on the ballot. I don't know if I sent you that.
Yeah.
Where universities.
No, it ain't on the ballot. It's at the Supreme Court right now.
Supreme Court about trying to get rid of race as a factor in decision making for universities. And I want to get your stance on that because I know that
it's a hell of a stance, Chris. I mean, Chris, this been brewing for years. They've been winning at lower courts. You have to win at the lower courts. They've been chopping away at this thing. Girl at Texas tried to get in Texas and good at it, and she blamed black people. I mean, it's just so much stuff. But Chris, I like to share some with y'all along those lines. Y'all got to realize when we failed to elect Hillary Clinton that year, Donald Trump got to appoint 3 judges. Those 3 judges are doing his bidding. Just what Miss McConnell wants. Those 3 judges are lifetime appointments at the Supreme Court. But ladies and gentlemen, I saw something the other day. Chris, when the Republican Party of Georgia, they moved Herschel Walker from Texas to Georgia so he can run for Senate. Jimmy Hicks. It's because change was taking too fast in the post-antebellum South. Y'all follow me here, Chris. The state had been flipped blue. Remember Kelly Lofton, the girl, the Warnock shirt. We want Warnock shirts.
The Atlanta Dream, WNBA.
Yeah, for the Atlanta Dreams, right? There were, there are some, listen, y'all, listen to me. There are some principalities out there that were not prepared for a black man and a Jewish man, to go to the Senate at the same time. Them folks down there went crazy. I'm telling you about the politics of it. Y'all might didn't see it on the surface. The politics was crazy. So they figured that they would delude us, Chris, by picking somebody that they thought would in fact represent us better with a football, with a football degree. Am I still there? Yeah, I popped out. With a football than a guy with a degree in philosophy. I'm going to repeat that because that went over your head. I popped off the screen, I think, because I hit something. They picked somebody who they thought would, in fact, represent us better with a football than a degree in philosophy. They thought we were so slow. They thought we were stupid. I'm telling y'all that we would elect the lowest caricature of a stereotypical black man, black broken man, as opposed to somebody that is educated and erudite and focused. Have y'all ever, do y'all know who Raphael Warnock is? And go back and look at his history? He's a bad man. And they putting this guy just because he can play football. Check this out. No, hold on. No, let me finish. I want you to interrupt nothing. I want you to know. Since Herschel Walker was 16 years old, white men have been telling him what to do. Telling him what school to go to, where to live, where to eat, where to buy a house, where to run, where to sit, where to sleep, where to pay for abortions, where to buy a gun, and you think that they gonna not tell him how to vote? In 2022, y'all, we don't need a walker. We need a runner. We need somebody who gonna run and talk about January the 6th. We need somebody to run we need somebody to run that's gonna push for the cancellation of student loan debt. Herschel Walker ain't gonna do that. He got 6 billionaires before you come in there and say something crazy. 6 billionaires supporting him.
Yeah.
Herschel Walker.
Yes. Yes, he does.
We don't need nobody who gonna run. We need somebody who gonna run to make the former president comply to a subpoena. We ain't got nobody in Congress. We ain't got enough congressmen to make that. You think Herschel Walker gonna do it?
No, I mean the same way.
Hold on, let me finish. I'm telling you, we don't need a Walker. We need somebody. We just need somebody better than that, man. And now you can come on with your comment.
But here's the thing.
It's too different. A senator ain't but Chris. It ain't but 100 senators on the whole planet.
Yeah, that's true.
You go grab a dude that lived in Texas and take him down there
because he
ran a football.
Because it's about winning. All they care about is winning. Because if they didn't care about winning, Donald Trump never would have been president. Politics is about winning.
I'm not worried about what they talking about. I'm worried about what we don't let them climb. Because we got guys like Killer Mike and all of them folks down there. I think Kemp's is a good man. I think that. Shut up, because you love for you like for the rappers and to speak for you. They don't speak for me, Chris.
Whoa.
They don't speak for me.
Calm down.
I'm just letting you know. They don't
All I'm
speak for
saying
me.
is, if we're gonna have a conversation about politics, let's talk about how politics are run. It's not always about who's the right. Look at some of the people that win. I'm like, why would anybody vote for them? Because at the end of the day, people vote along party lines. It's hard to take people away. Think about it. People think black people are monolithic. If a black person says I'm going Republican, first thing they say, they call him a Trumper, just because they agree differently. There are white people that are Democrats and there are white people that are Republican. If a black person says Republican, everybody going at his head, right or wrong. So if you're a black person, you're Republican, you live in Georgia, you only got one choice to vote for Herschel Walker. That's why they're putting him there, because they're trying to because at the end of the day, they're trying to neutralize. They got to neutralize the blackness of Warnock. They got to neutralize that. And Herschel Walker's popular. How about Tommy Tuberville, who I work with at Texas Tech? Oh my God! I mean, are you?
You're helping my arm, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Because he's popular. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He's popular down south. That wouldn't go in New York, but down there.
Chris, all I'm doing is making us people in Georgia aware. This is the same state that enacted, and we're going to get off it on right here, Jimmy. enacted all the voting suppression law. Jimmy, if you go down to Georgia and you pass by there and see some people in line, Jimmy, if you give them a piece of pizza and a soda, Jimmy, you gonna go to jail. Those are the kind of laws these people of the Republican Party, yes, I'm gonna call them out. They trying to win.
They're trying to win.
So what we gonna do to combat it? Quit trying to whine and talk. Well, Robert, they trying to win. I'm trying to win too.
They trying to put another Tim Scott in there.
I'm trying to win too.
They trying to listen. Tim Scott's from South Carolina.
No, you worried about they trying to win. We trying to win too.
I get you. I'm just telling you.
You don't tell me about what they do. We already know they trying to win.
I get you, but I'm trying to tell you the tactic of how they're trying to do it. You know.
Well, you didn't give us no tactics. Forget their tactics. What tactics did your black folk use then? I don't want to hear. We already know what they do.
I gave a tactic. I gave one.
I'm talking to him.
I was adamant on giving one just last month, and actually a month.
Getting the young people to vote.
Getting them.
Registered.
That's
how you win.
Getting them registered. Yes. Yeah, because they can't count the vote. No, but he was talking about. I ain't talking about that, Jimmy. He was paralleling, talking about, he want to brag about they won't Herschel Walker. Yes, he did. But Hatter, they want to win. So they want to win so bad, they put this guy up there?
Yes, that's my point. They want to win that bad. Think about all the people. Think about this. You mentioned they have 6 billionaires that are supporting him. Why don't one of the billionaires run? Because they think this dude can beat him. That's why. They're trying to split the vote. It's tactics.
I know what they're trying to do, Chris Walker.
You don't think they study this?
Oh, my God. I just don't want one of us to be like you and forget it. Well, let me vote for Herschel then, because Chris Walker said, hold on. Chris Walker said, well, they trying to win. Hold on. Chris Walker said they trying to win. So maybe I should, old black person down there don't know no better. Maybe I should, because Chris Walker said they're going to win anyway. They trying to win. So if they trying to win, that means the other team is not trying to win.
No, that's not what I meant. You asked, I'll say it again. You say, why would they bring a guy from Texas to Georgia who played football, blah, 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 blah. I said, because they will do whatever it takes, even as crazy as it may sound, as incendiary and nefarious as it may be, because they are trying to win. And Hatter, even you, and I'll pivot after this, even said that the Democrats are soft, and if they would have handled business, we would have the right Supreme Court justice there. But because we're soft, Donald Trump gangstered that situation, and they got 3 Supreme Court justices.
Yeah,
and
they just played the game better.
That's their playbook, though.
They played the game better. It's okay. Yeah. Some coaches win. Bill Belichick losing now.
He won yesterday.
But I'm just saying overall, sometimes you play the game, but we don't need no more Killer Mikes. We got enough Killer Mikes to talk about. Well, Robert, they trying to win.
What? You so silly, man. You silly, man.
Raphael Warnock want to win too.
Okay, well, guess what? He better have some money. You know what he better do? Think about this. You know how Raphael Warnock.
See what I'm talking about.
Before
he had a millionaire go against him last time, and he beat our ass.
But if it wasn't for that team, if it wasn't for that issue, that groundswell, because a lot of people didn't know who Raphael Warnock was. George Floyd. A lot of that played into that dude becoming elected. Yes, it did. It wasn't just, oh my God, he's a preacher at Martin Luther King's church. By the way, I just read something yesterday. I sent it to you. I didn't know that Julia Roberts, did you know this thing about Julia Roberts?
Man, I don't want to hear about Julia Roberts right now. Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott King paid for her birth. Yes.
I didn't know that. I pivoted because Raphael Warnock is the pastor at Martin Luther King's old church. It was a nice pivot because you calling me Killer Mike.
Yeah, you Killer Chris right now.
So
Jimmy, you hung out. They told me you were hanging out with Beto. You was out there smoking weed. Hey, Jimmy, they said they were smoking so much. Somebody said it was so much weed smoking at TSU homecoming. They got high off the fumes. Somebody told me this.
But understand, you don't even go to jail for a certain amount.
I understand. I ain't saying that. But couldn't you smoke at home and then come out there?
They're outdoors, hell, not in the indoors. They're outdoors. Let them young folks enjoy the earth.
It wasn't just no young folks. It wasn't some of you grown. Some of you grown Negroes out there too, smoking and talking.
Yeah, I mean,
weed is decriminalized everywhere but Texas. I'm sorry. So they just, like everything else, like Galveston, and we're the last one to know that slavery ended. They're gonna be the last one to decriminalize marijuana. That's all I'm saying. Bottom line. How about that?
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
This Say man's right up. I see you. Shout out to Lori Dotson out there. I see you up on the chop shop.
What's up, Lori?
This is once again, man. Speaking of HBCUs, what I had, man, I had some news for y'all, and I'm trying to see what I did with it.
Oh, I know what the news was, that Louisville lost to your boys at Memphis.
Yeah,
the D2 team.
I thought that was clickbait. I thought that was propaganda.
No, that's real.
Yeah,
that's real.
These dudes were in the top 5 in the country just a couple of years ago.
What team was it? Lemoyne?
Yeah,
Lemoyne beat Louisville.
That's my man's team. That's Bonzi Wells' team.
Beat them.
But that's his school. That's not. He don't coach the football team.
No, he coached it. No, this the basketball. This in the secret scrimmage, Jimmy.
Bonzi Wells.
This was in a secret scrimmage.
That's what Buns at?
Yes.
Hey, well, it was in the secret.
It was a secret scrimmage. They got beat, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's
No. Lemoyne on is a historically black college, Jimmy. The ones that Chris said don't have no resources. I wouldn't dare get my kid there. Robert, they ain't got no money. They ain't got this here. They ain't got this here.
No, I wouldn't say never. I'd be like, never. How about that? That's
Hey, speaking of those, of course, the past weekend, Villanova badly beat Hampton this past weekend.
In what?
24 to 10.
In
football. Oh, you talking about football?
Yeah, but they want to play. They're the same, basically the same.
But I want to give, of course, Prairie View had to come back from double digits down. They beat Bethune-Cookman 58-48. Florida A&M 27. Arkansas Pine Bluff 6. Grambling beats up on Alcorn 35-6 this past weekend. Also, Murray State 19, Tennessee State 3, Howard 49, Norfolk State 21, North Carolina Central 28, Delaware State 21, and I think I got Southern beating the devil out of, losing, like getting the snot beat out of them by Jackson State. 35-0. That's JSU over Southern this past weekend. We also have Alabama.
Can I shout out to Southern right quick before you gloss by?
They lost 35-0.
I know it, but I want to shout out to those people that came on college. They got up, the cheerleaders, the fans, Southern fans came up and showed out with Jackson State. Over 10,000 people were at college game day that morning. College game day said they ain't never seen nothing like that ever. And Southern cheerleaders right there, and Jackson State cheerleaders right there, and everybody was there, man. Shout out to Southern for showing up. Kevin Freitman told me it was going to be 40,000 people. I don't know how many, but Southern represented real well at that event, man.
They got the brakes beat off.
They got the brakes beat off. Guess what? They were going up against a juggernaut. But shout out to them, man. I wish I could have been there. But now, Jimmy, what else you got?
Yeah, and indeed. And speaking, of course, of being there, I mentioned Alabama State and Alabama A&M. That's the Magic City Classic, which set
Motor
a record.
Magic. You're right.
Magic City.
Magic City.
Right.
Magic City Classic.
You're right.
Once again, Alabama State won that game in the fourth quarter, 24-17 over arch rival Alabama A&M. Remember the former quarterback, how we went to go see him play 3-4 times in high school for North Shore High School?
Yeah, Demetrius. Yeah.
He's the starting quarterback at Alabama State.
Yeah.
He the one threw a touchdown with about 6 minutes to go to win that game. But that's great.
Right.
That means it was a show all the way to the end. However, the attendance of that game, over 60,000 counted fans were in the state, paid fans were in the stadium.
That's awesome.
Over 60,000.
Matter of fact, they said 67,000.
That's what it is?
That's what somebody said. Somebody said. 67.
I don't have the official tally.
How many was at the Michigan game?
120. Man, you know, man, come on, man.
What?
Chris, you know he's a PW. Oh my God, them folks got you brainwashed.
Yeah, and guess what? The Michigan game where they were fighting on the tunnel on the way after the game was over, when they had to fight. If they want to talk about the Prairie View Southern fight, let's talk about that Michigan State fight. You got your ass whooped.
Only reason I don't like about that fight, Jimmy. Jim Harbaugh going out there talking about them kids need to be signed, charged with assault. He's trying to send our kids to jail. Yeah, Jim Harbaugh.
Really?
Yeah. He
got black kids on his team too, though. He got black kids.
I know, but I don't care. Man, Andrew Jackson had babies by all the pregnant women. He still had slaves, man. The black women. Don't tell me about that, man. I can't stand for people talking about, well, you got the black people on these days. Oh, Chris, you.
Assault is assault, man.
Philadelphia, please help me with him.
Assault is assault, dog. Hold up, man.
Uncle Ruckus, whatever that man's name is.
I'm confused. Why are they calling me Tim Scott? I'm confused here.
Chris, yes.
AKA
you look
Tim
like
Scott.
Tim Scott.
You lost your mind. You lost your mind. I can't believe.
Hold up, Chris.
Anyway, Jimmy, go ahead, Jimmy, because they just
now they just sent me the official tally. 67,532. It's the most attended HBCU game of this year, and second, it eclipsed the total from Prairie View and Grambling, which is annually played at the Cotton Bowl, and that had 53,000. Third place is Southern at Jackson State, which was 53,000 this past weekend. Of course, with College Game Day was in attendance. And I'm looking at the number, and there are 4 of the top 6 most attended, most populated football games of all HBCU this year. 4 of the 6 includes Jackson State playing, and 3 one on the road, Tennessee State. The other 3 are at home. So
Jimmy, hold up. They said now this was Thaddeus Moody talking about. So we're going by they say. He said it might have been 67 on the inside, but it was 40,000 tailgating outside.
I've heard about that rivalry for years, and just
it's off chain, Jimmy. It's off chain.
One day, you're talking about that particular game. I've heard about it, but like for years, I've heard that Magic City Classic. I mean, the festivities which leads up into it, and it is off the chain. I've definitely heard about it. And now, while I'm speaking, I was
Jimmy,
telling
somebody
you
just sent me a picture. Somebody just sent me a picture of Tim Scott.
Y'all crazy. Y'all wild out there. Absolutely wild.
Chris Walker.
Oh, why you call me Chris Scott, man?
No, man. They said, man, Chris, I ain't lying, man.
Yates. Hey, Walter Yates, boy, you better stop. I don't want to get on you now.
Walter Yates didn't send me that. It's a woman sent me that.
Say that's Herschel Walker's son.
But guess what? Guess what I wanted to bring attention to.
What? What you got?
In the SWAC.
Okay.
It's divided in the East and the West in football.
Okay.
And of course, Jackson State is running the table in the East, right? Prairie View is in first place in the West. You know who's in second place?
Who?
TSU.
TSU, yeah.
TSU's in second place. Of course, Prairie View has a tiebreaker. That's why that game matters so doggone much.
Every year.
Because now you lose a tiebreaker.
But Jimmy's in the beginning of the year, man. That's really ain't fair.
We talked about that last week.
Yeah.
And they're not going to move it no time soon because it has its own distinct that Labor Day Classic. They embraced it, but to come out the gates, they play each other. And once again, Chris, you missed it. There's no other rivalry. Arch rivalry.
What did I miss?
There's no other arch rivals in the country that
Like
play
what?
each other the first game of the season.
Play each other
You
the
can't
first
say,
game.
I don't care what PW. No other arch
Duke, North
rivals
Carolina?
play each other.
Not the first game of the season.
Not the first game of the season.
What game is that?
Nowhere. No
What game is
sport.
that?
Prairie View and TSU, man. You know what he's talking about. Great. Hey, Jimmy, hold up. I asked Chris about the yard. Chris didn't even know what the yard was the other day.
That's not true. That's not what that dude. You're mischaracterizing what. That's not.
What
true.
do you say? You said, what's the yard?
I know what the yard is. I thought you were talking about tickets. You can get them on the yard. I thought maybe they had a website because you were talking about where to buy.
Oh, the yard. Okay, you thought the yard was a website.
No, I know the yard, dude. I know what the yard is. Are you
No.
serious right now?
I just didn't understand what you said. I got it on tape. Somebody sent it to me and said, man,
It don't matter what. It don't matter what somebody said. I'm just telling you. I thought you were talking about buying some tickets. How much of them tickets cost? Like $4. Oh my bad. What you say?
Jimmy, they told me you was at the game and everything. Jimmy, did you go out there hanging with Clown McKinney? Did you go out there?
It was free. The tickets were free. What? I thought the tickets were free. They weren't free.
No, you got to pay, man. Come on, man.
You had to pay to go to that. Oh, I thought it was like church.
Jimmy, what did you think about the turf field? That's the Houston Texans game in that field.
No. That's not the Texans turf yet. The Texans turf is rolled up. They're gonna put it down, and that's a good thing. I'm glad you brought that up.
Uh-huh.
And I'm glad I want to educate you guys on something that's very, very important. And that is the reason, of course, Texas Southern, because people ask this, why they playing at little old bitty schools for homecoming when other schools are playing Division I schools. Here's the deal. TSU did beat the Lincoln, California, 37-2.
Gary Payton School.
Hold on. There's a Lincoln in California?
Gary Payton coached the basketball team.
Yeah.
It's a high school or
it's in Oakland. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it ain't no high school. It's a college, man. Man, go
on. They're not. Here's the deal. The field at the Texas Southern's campus, the NCAA prohibits football teams from playing against other Division I teams unless your field has to be a certain regulation. The field on TSU's campus is not a regulation field, meaning that you have to be in compliance. Which that field is a track stadium that doubles down as a football stadium, as football field as well. They put the stands around it. Here's what the problem exists specifically. On the Texas Southern University campus, they have what they do, the decathlon. They join and jump in the water, their little thing, the hole, and the long jump pit. That has to be moved. And they're going to move that in the off season, and they're going to put it somewhere in the corner of the field, put the new turf down that the Texans gave, and the Houston Texans gave from their relationships with long-standing, because the Houston Texans hired away one of the athletic administrators from TSU, who ended up going into administrating with the Texans. What his name was, Mr. Smith. Can't think his first name. Back in the day, what's his name? Smith. What's his name? Chris, was No.
About the guy
that for the Texans. How do you know the guy? He went
on
to somewhere else.
His wife got sick, right?
Yeah, he went to the 49ers, I think.
I know his name. Rick Smith.
I thought it was Robert.
Rick
Smith.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was TSU. They got him for TSU. So the long-standing relationship, TSU gave, Texans gave TSU the turf, and they're going to roll it now next year. That new turf will be down, and TSU's field will be regulation. That means expect for them to add 1 to 2 SWAC home games to the campus. In addition to homecoming, 1 to 2 will be added. And then they're going to progress from that. Now, the main games, they're going to keep at a neutral site, because of crowd control. You got to think of safety. Dude, but that's now.
Jimmy,
now
hold up, Jimmy. This man trying to think of something to poke a hole in what you're saying. But keep on going, man. I'm watching. Keep going.
I'm just listening.
I can't stand you, man.
And guess what? And I'm looking at guys say, you understand, you have to start somewhere. TSU, Texas Southern University. The ambiance, and I mentioned on the top.
Beautiful out there. I was out there the day before.
Ambiance, if you guys know how it looked outside.
It's unbelievable.
A day football game on that campus.
It was beautiful.
It just felt so good all throughout Third Ward.
Yeah.
People parked all as far away as they were parking at Jack Yates High School.
Yeah.
They were parking, and U of H had homecoming.
They was parking at the spot, Jimmy.
I can believe that. They were parking at the spot.
Yeah.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
They were, cars were everywhere. And guess what? Once again, not a single arrest and was made. That atmosphere was beautiful. And you know what? Vendors. If you had small business owners, I ran into Rob Veazey. Rob Veazey went to the store, he said he got him 2 sacks of leg quarters and got him by $100 worth of chicken, worth of wings, and then he was sold out in 3 hours. He said, man, I had no damn idea I was gonna sell that fast. I say, Rob, people hungry out here. Vendors everywhere. So, and they were being supported. People buying everything. I mean, it was just beautiful.
Hey man, the night before, Jimmy, no, 2 nights before, Thursday night, I had the advantage of going by there just to go see. They had practice, saw the football practice. They had the band. They had a band out there that night. They had a concert out there that night on the field. Man, let me tell you something. TSU was looking real sexy this week, man. I didn't get a chance to go out there for the things, but I got out there for the preliminaries when not a lot of people around. But I was impressed. They was putting up the bleachers. It was putting up the luxury, the president's box and the vice president's box. And hey, let me tell you something, Chris. I promise you, it reminded me a little bit. It reminded me a little bit of how what's the name of Morehouse and Howard's homecoming, because it's right there on the campus, right there with everybody. I mean, it was just unbelievable, man. It was unbelievable.
You say how to use out there with all that weed?
No, I didn't make it. I didn't make it. I couldn't make it that day. That's why I went out a couple of days ahead of time. Huh?
And I tried my best. Hell, I was this close. I tried to get Sandra to come on Friday. Somebody called me. I was like, hey, man, you gonna go up to the yard for noon? I said, dude, I ain't been at the yard in noon in some years. I said, you know what? I'm gonna roll over there.
Kevin Freeman was doing what he do best. Kevin Freeman doing what he doing best. Hating, because that's what he do the whole time. He said only had about 2,500 people there.
I mean, the capacity is more than that.
I'm just saying. It's way more than that. Way more than that. Because even the auxiliary seats, they put in the auxiliary seats. There was more than that. That was that amount.
Kevin Freeman said they had as many people as in Whole Foods at one time. That's what they said at the game.
Nah, man, understand something.
At least they didn't get the head toe clean off the frame.
The game itself was sold out. It was at capacity.
Yeah, it was capacity.
Right? And it is more people, probably 5 to 10 times more people in the parking lot.
Yeah.
While they're tailgating while the game was going on.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
And because a lot of people go there.
Did anybody do an aerial? I know somebody did a drone shot.
That's why I told him, I gave him, I said, next year, y'all got to get one of those drones to take that picture while the game is going on. While the game is going on and while the tailgating is going on TSU campus. The aerial shot of that would let you understand just how much real estate was occupied by bodies in that place. And I can say,
Jimmy, you had a good time. Clearly, you had a good time.
Hey, watch this, Chris Cross. This how they look out there, Chris.
Jimmy had a good.
That's how they were looking out there, Chris. Hey, but Chris, y'all, this is what I saw the other day, y'all, and I didn't do it the other day. Y'all watch this. Watch Lil Mama right here. Y'all cool at first. Then they get crunked up. Look at old mama. Look at her. Can't tell her nothing. Hey, can't tell them nothing, man. Y'all gonna leave my HBCUs alone around here. What? She ain't through yet. Yeah, she was hell back in the day. You ain't like, look at that. Yeah, she was hell back in the day, boy. Yeah. Look at him. Oh, no, they didn't do that. Whoa. You don't know about that, Walt. They don't have that in Villanova, Walt. Hey, Chris, they ain't got that in Memphis and Villanova. Well, them old guys going to have a heart attack out there. Look at them. They watch a lot of TV. Look at them. Look at how them clubs jump in. Oh, you can jump in anytime you want to. Yeah, you can jump in. Okay, I'm sorry. You can jump in anytime you want to. Wow.
Hey,
wow.
Man, she gonna tear them britches clean up, boy. One more good kick.
Wow.
She's one good
Chris.
kick away. Splitting them britches clean up.
Was that Lizzo? I thought Lizzo.
Oh man. Oh,
hey
so,
man.
I got the break. Of course, we get ready to land the plane. So I got breaking news, of course, with you guys.
Stop, man. What's wrong with y'all, man?
Coming straight from the UIL. Unfortunately, Duncanville High School has been stripped of their state championship from this past season. Once again, Duncanville High School has been stripped of their state title from the 2021 to 2022 season. This stemmed as a result of Anthony Black, who, despite having a court injunction, and they allowed him to play. I remember in the game, I think against Cason Wallets, they allowed him to play, and that was the stemming point. Allowed him to play in the playoffs. Well, of course, that historic game in the semifinals against Atascocita, where Duncanville trailed by double digits before holding Atascocita to a state tournament low of only 4 points in the second half. Duncanville, once again, stripped of their state title. I listened and I watched the hearing this morning, which ended right at the time we came on the air. Of course, I knew they were going to break for lunch real soon. And the result is Coach David Peavy is, from what I understand, was their motion for him. The team no playoffs, possible 1 year suspension, and of course the team being stripped of their title. Meanwhile, the girls, right before the boys hearing, that was a hearing for the girls coach, which the girls coach, they got 3 years probation, right? Of course, 3 years probation was boys. I think I heard that as well, and they're moving the girls coach, I think, to the elementary school where she can have no contact with the team, and I'm thinking it's until December 13th. But anyway, no playoffs, no postseason for the girls for certain. And now the thing is,
ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely racist as hell, and I can't believe we even talking about this mess. It's ridiculous.
Well, here's why is it racist? I want to ask you, get your thoughts. Yeah, why do you say that, Chris?
Do y'all really want me to go there?
Yes.
You really want me to go there?
Yes.
I don't understand. I mean, wait a minute. Did he do? Wait a minute. Did he do the crime?
No. Hold up. The dude is married to the mama, damn near.
No, they got married. They.
Okay, so they live in a household, and because there was a grievance with the ex.
Yeah.
Where the precipice of where this is coming from. You telling a kid that he can't go live with his stepmom and his real mom and play basketball. It is absolutely ridiculous that this organization is allowed to do that.
I blame the ex. The ex put them in their business. That's what you get when you put them folks in your business.
They still got married. And so what I'm saying is that is a horrible rule. Horrible rule.
We know.
And on top of that, David Patrick is dominating.
David Peavy.
David Peavy's dominating. We give all these guys at Oak Hill. Oh, you stupid. You stupid. We give all these.
Come on, man.
Take it out the screen. I can't even talk.
I'm sorry, Chris. I'm sorry. Come on.
We get the dude who coached Lala Mir, greatest coach ever. The guy Steve Smith, Jimmy know who it is, Nike guy forever, over at Oak Hill, Kevin
Right.
Boyle down at Mount Verdi. We got a dude who's doing the same type of stuff, and we gonna let the UIL do this to him?
What can we do? What's our recourse?
What you mean? What's your recourse?
What can we do?
Let's vote them out. So Jimmy, my question is: are those people appointed that run
By
the
the
UIL?
governor. By Hot Wheels.
No, the governor appoints the UIL
Exactly.
board.
That's what I just said.
So the thing is this. Here's a thing.
Antiquated rules, man. Antiquated rules.
Well, here's a. First of all, I understand the rules and whatnot. This was an unprecedented situation. The hearing from the executive committee this morning, meaning that Anthony Black had received, I think, 2 injunctions to play, where a Texas judge had ruled that he could play, that ruled that against the UIL and gave him a temporary injunction. And so, in doing so, Coach Peavy said during the statement was that Anthony Black was battling with himself, and he felt he did nothing wrong, which Anthony Black, a judge, if you're the court and the judge give you an injunction, normally you feel okay. That means you temporarily couldn't go and proceed. He said he asked the teammates, and all of the teammates voted for Anthony Black to play. They wanted him to play. And so he was like, it's like what? It wasn't a conversation that he had at home or that he had with them. He let the team decide this. They knew that would come. Hey man, we want our leader there.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And now the thing, once again, today basically the UIL says their word supersedes the Texas.
Sounds familiar?
Court.
Sounds familiar? Over a kid playing, hold up, Jimmy. Over a kid playing high school basketball for his father. What are we talking about here, man? What's next?
Absolutely.
Next?
Hey, what's next? Did you ask what's next? This Texas. You ask what's next? Take away a woman's right to do something with her own body. You ask what's next? Roe versus Wade. You ask what's next? Brown versus the Board of Education. You ask what's next? You're right.
That's absolutely ridiculous, man. You know what they should do? They should boycott all the events. If they really want to make some change, they can make some change against UIL.
Yeah, that's why.
You know what? People can't. People ain't tough enough to do it because they really want to make some change.
Yeah.
The same way they did George Floyd, the same way they did all this other stuff, they can do it against the UIL as well.
Absolutely, you can.
They surely could, because that is ridiculous, man. People have too much power, man. Too much power.
I don't know how true this is, Jimmy. I'm sorry, Chris. He said Ross Perot started the UIL when Dallas Carter started kicking everybody's ass in the 80s.
No, man, the UIL was intact in 1968.
Okay. Well, maybe he did some tweaks to it, Doug Smith. Maybe it's some tweaks, Jimmy. Politics. That's why I keep telling y'all we got to get involved in politics. Hold up, Chris. The people who don't vote and talking about voting don't matter and all that. This politics.
Absolutely. Because he's appointing people.
He's appointing people.
So you want to go vote for the governor. You want to vote. I don't want to call him Hot Wheels because I don't want people coming after me.
Yeah.
But if you want to vote for Abbott, go vote for Abbott, right? Mm-hmm. And some of his agendas, sending people out of the state to New York. You want to vote for that stuff?
Yeah.
Go vote for that stuff.
Yeah. But see,
you only got 2 choices.
Chris, I'm just making an example because people always talking about voting don't matter. Yo, you might not be worried about them, but they sure making policies that got something to do with you.
Absolutely.
They playing politics with you. We right here, man. Chris talking about, man, it's racist, and I understand what you're talking about, Chris.
I'm calling what it is.
Chris, think about it. These guys who Jimmy talking about, these people are being appointed.
What about the coach? Who was the coach, Jimmy, that coached Marcus Smart? And the way they would dominate over there by Neiman Marcus over there. I mean, don't get me started, man. don't get me started. I'm not even trying to drag this dude into it, but I'm telling you right now, they don't like what this dude is doing. He is dominating.
We know that.
For him, and they don't like it.
Yeah.
So do you think it's more to them? Which one you think is greater? Of course, them not liking what he's doing, or the fact that the Texas judge overruled their decision and ordered a lot, which paved the road for a decision to be made for that young man to play.
Exactly.
Which one? Understand which one you think is greater?
So if the judge overruled it, and we talking about Texas, by the way, so I don't know if he was a liberal judge or a conservative judge, right? Let's say he was a conservative judge and he overturned it.
I mean,
and
he broke rank.
Says, what's that?
I mean, he broke rank.
Okay, so but think about it. No, he did what was right because it's a dumb ASS law. Let me tell you something. After growing up in this country, all laws are unjust. Absolutely. All laws are not just.
Absolutely.
Just because it's the law doesn't mean it's just.
Absolutely.
Right? 13 amendment. We could talk about that Constitution all we want if we want to have that type of conversation. All laws are not just. And what they're doing is not just.
We know.
And once again, of course, just tuning in, Duncanville High School has been hit with a hammer of sort, metaphorically, in regarding to the UIL. Boys and girls coaches both suspended.
Ridiculous.
No postseason, what I understand, and probation for, I think, amount of approximately 3 years. The girls was a whole different issue as in regarding to the boys. They had the ladies' head coach had to go to a hearing right before head coach David Peavy.
Can I ask you a question, Jimmy? Who's the football coach at Allen, Texas? Allen High School. Give me the football.
He's gone.
Dominant.
He's left. But that head coach left.
Those guys, the football coach, and what's that other school that they made the movie Friday Night Lights? They got all these people that dominate. They have these dynasties. Small towns have an advantage over places like Dallas because you can pull from so many different areas in the city, right? Right? Transfers, this, that. Those small towns have an advantage because everybody's from the area. Like no one's moving in. But what I'm saying is for them to make a rule like this against David Peavy is absolutely insane to me. Because what's next? They gonna retroactively take Snoop Johnson's championships away from him too? What's next?
And guess what?
They took a couple of the championships from Dallas approximately 10 years ago. Remember, with Dallas Madison and I think I know Dallas Madison was one of the schools that they took because I think Yates they went and they gave the title to Yates as a result of an ineligible player after the unfortunate situation where a young man got murdered. That was by his teammate at one of those particular schools in Dallas. Like I said, this is unfortunate. You're saying, Chris.
But Jimmy, I ain't gonna talk about unfortunate. I'm sitting here thinking about something right now. Okay, we always try. I'm sitting here thinking. Okay, if the governor appoints the UIL, what we should have been doing is siding and getting together and lobbying, okay, with Beto, what is his name? Beto O'Rourke, what is his name?
Yeah, Beto O'Rourke. Yeah.
Beto O'Rourke. We should have had a contingent and said, look here, man, we're going to support you. We're going to put you in power. But these things right here need to change. See, this how they do it. I know y'all don't want to hear it, but I'm telling you how the other side, what you said, Chris, they want to win. This how they win. Look, man, we got to have an axe. So all the black community, since you said it's black, you said it's race-based, everybody all over the state of Texas, in the rural towns, the black people in the rural towns, where Greg Abbott be winning at. We need to get, and you need to find some other people that's disgruntled with the way the UIL is ran. Before you give him your votes, you have demands. Said, Beto, we gonna do this for you, but you got to do something about this. Because seems like y'all, I'm not too emotional about it, but seems like some of y'all are so emotional about it. Don't boo, vote. Put yourself in power. That's how you get things done, ladies and gentlemen. You
But
got to have an axe.
you make a great point. I'm sorry.
Okay,
You make a great point.
Uh-huh.
We talked earlier about giving. We talked earlier about giving
Right.
and where that's taught.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's not indigenous to us. Voting and knowing why you should vote, is that or is that not indigenous to us? Because after Reconstruction, when we had a chance to put senators in power, people in power that look like us, we did it. And then guess what happened? Over time, because we were persecuted, we stopped voting. We stopped voting. And then they put Jim Crow, they enacted laws in Jim Crow that prevented us from voting. So now that apathy, that voting apathy, now all of a sudden these people in power, and you wonder why we've only had a handful of senators and a handful of governors to win a race. Because you can win a state race in an urban community. You can do that. I mean, I'm sorry, you can win a city race, a mayoral race in urban communities all day long. Detroit, Houston, Atlanta, DC, Baltimore, Detroit. But to win a state race is a very different thing. Because you need the whole state.
You need the whole state. That's what I was just saying. But I was let me correct Doug Jones. Doug Jones. We didn't ask Joe Biden for nothing. We just accepted a damn Juneteenth. So they didn't fool us. Joe Biden we didn't have an axe for him. What his name? Clyburn just gave him the damn race. We didn't ask Joe Biden for nothing. That's why I'm saying you got to have an axe before you vote for his ass. They didn't have an axe for ain't nobody asked Joe Biden of nothing. Go get you. I'm just helping you out, Doug Jones.
They just didn't want the other dude to win.
When you throw that stuff, they ain't asking for nothing.
They just didn't want the other guy to win. That's what
Doug Smith. Yeah, no, yeah, they just didn't want the other guy. They didn't have no axe. I'm saying all you people who so concerned about the basketball community, Alfio talking about the money. Quit. Hey, if your why is big enough, Alfio, you'll find the how. If your why is big enough, you'll find the money to lobby Beethoven. Since some black people out here some money, you mean all of y'all that's complaining about PV ain't this and PV, they did PV wrong. It's enough of y'all ain't got no money?
Oh, it could, if there was an intentional effort to change it, this could change.
This could change.
It's not the first time because Jimmy went through it personally himself.
This could change, man.
It's ridiculous because you know what it is? You know what it is? It's like everything else, guys. Until it hits your doorstep, you really don't care.
No, not you, Doug. Doug Smith said it. Not you, Doug Jones. I'm sorry. I said Doug Jones.
I'm saying
Doug Smith. Doug, you don't even talk about nothing. Doug, I ain't talking to you.
Doug at the Marriott doing
something. Doug, we ain't talking about the Marriott. You still sleep. Wake up. You still in a coma.
But I'm saying people don't really.
They don't know, Chris.
You're right.
That's the first time a lot of people that heard somebody say this about a topic like this. What I did, I've been hearing y'all complain about it, right? For 2 or 3 years on this show. Everybody complained about it. So what I did was telling you how you move the needle. When I found out they told me the governor appoints them, I said, bingo. That's what we have to do. We got to get hey, Beto O'Rourke actually, he said, now he was at TSU the other night. What did he say? I'm going to legalize weed. Man, forget the weed right now, bro. I need you to go
to
talk.
The crowd, Hatter. He's playing to the crowd.
But there was black people in that damn crowd, son.
I understand it. I'm telling you, he's playing to the crowd. What is he saying?
I'm talking about the black people in that crowd. We got to demand something. We don't want no damn weed.
I hear you, but
I mean they don't. I don't. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
If he was doing a rally at Second Baptist Church over there with Ed Young, with the big sign right above our spot, Jimmy, that we like to go to at happy hour, that says and scratched out woke and put the awake church. I'm like, what the hell? Big billboard. I said, hold on, man.
Man, some people, man. on
I
this
couldn't
feed.
believe that.
You better be glad. Some people on this feed
Now,
just
don't go at him. Don't go at him. Don't.
I ain't gonna
don't
go
at
at
him.
them. They just say
Don't
something.
go at 'em.
They just say
Don't
something.
go at 'em.
They says if I say it's blue, they'll say it's orange, and I'm gonna let them have it again today. It must be one of somebody's friends out there. But the point I'm trying to make, we're on a serious subject here, clown. We're on a serious subject here. We got people up here complaining about the UIL for I know the 6 years that I've been on this damn show. And ain't now one of you clowns come up with a solution. And I'm giving you a way to get it done. We ain't got no money. Well, then if you ain't got no money, then okay.
It's not a money thing. It's not a money thing.
Got the vote, man.
Good stuff. Stuff, man.
Great stuff. Great stuff.
Yeah,
Jimmy,
man,
get us out of here, man.
it's and we are, and of course, Shannon Holmes. Yeah. Technically, we stand corrected if you guys missed earlier. It is the per se not directly the governor, but the governor appoints that position. Who appoints those 8 members of the state executive committee?
He's controlling, still controlling.
And it's the commission of the Texas Education Agency. They have it's 8 of them. They serve 1-year terms. Even on the panel this morning, it's mostly educators, administrators from school districts, and though if you've been an athletic director, then you still qualify, because even though, and one member who fits that bill was from Houston, who's on that panel, on the committee, and that's Darrell Wade, who works for the Houston Astros. Darrell Wade was formerly the athletic director of Houston Independent School District and Aldine Independent School
Jimmy,
District.
I don't. Darrell Wade is one guy.
No,
We got to get somebody.
But I'm saying he's not a current employee.
Okay,
I'm saying so.
okay, but we still got to get somebody.
No, but it takes to what you're saying, Howard. That goes in the old-fashioned realm of politics. It takes a person to lobby it. That has.
I mean, if you
takes
want
a
it
bill.
bad enough,
but you can't understand.
like Chris
The
was
average
passionate
person,
a minute ago.
it takes a person to lobby for you for your bill or whatever you're trying to
Man,
get done.
somebody called Beto O'Rourke right now and said, Beto, look, man, I got something for you. I got a hot topic in our community. You address the during this time of year, they showing up at everybody's church. During this time of year, they're open. They listening. Somebody can get this message to them, but if we keep on talking about like Alpha, well, can't nobody be him. We ain't got no money. Alpha and everything that came over here just cause he went to the University of Texas. Dude, everything ain't about the University of Texas. Alpha. Everybody can be beat, man. Everybody can be beat. Don't everybody can get beat. If somebody voting, everybody can get beat. And all I'm trying to say, Jimmy, we need to, it ain't that complicated, y'all. We talking about a lobby. No, find somebody. Somebody got Beto O'Rourke, Beto to come to TSU. Find that person. I bet you they pick up that phone. Talk to Sheila Jackson Lee. Talk to Jolanda Jones. Talk to them people. He knows them people. That's all I'm saying, man. Quit having it. Guess what? Georgia's just as bad as Texas. And Georgia's doing it. But if we keep having people like you, Alfio, that tell people what they cannot do, man, miss me with everything about what we cannot do. You go keep those comments to yourself. Tell them to your kids. Don't tell them to our kids that's watching this show. Serious. Ain't nobody tell y'all couldn't build that school out there. Carrie just said, I'm going to build it. We don't need nobody. I mean, just miss me with that. Hey, y'all. if y'all want to get this done, somebody was responsible for him coming to that campus the other night. Find out who it is. And give them y'all demands. Said, look, we got some people in basketball and the football community that's very passionate about this. Would you take a look at it? Then you go from there. You got to worry about no lie. You got to figure and get him interested. And then he gonna say, what y'all gonna do for me?
Hey man, listen. As Jimmy said, when we talk about politics running in the city, if you really want to win, you get the young people. Because those are the ones that are not voting. If you want to win, all those kids that are 18 years old, if you really want to be, listen, one man, one vote. It don't matter how much money that guy has. It don't matter how popular he is. We saw it happen with the judge. On the day of the election, Peter Sweltham, like he says, it matters who votes on the day of election. You can do an absentee, curbside. It matters who votes. It don't matter who's rich. It don't matter who's popular. It matters who votes. And
absolutely.
Those 18-year-old kids, they got just as much power as a 90-year-old person that been voting all their lives.
Hello.
And if I want to win, I go get every last one of them.
Hello.
Every high school. And all those seniors in every college.
Because in those rural counties,
That's where I would be.
guess what? In those rural counties, there are kids. And these kids these days talk to each other. These kids got these things with each other. Man, don't tell me, Alfio, what can't be done. We just got to, have an act. We need to quit. Well, they doing PV wrong. Oh, no, leave him alone. No, we need to say, what can we do to help him? Or the guys coming on behind PV. If we tired of it, just make it happen. See there? Shannon just took Shannon home by me running my mouth on this show. An attorney in Dallas just sent that message to his rep. Don't y'all tell me. Closed mouth never get fed around here. Don't y'all tell me. Y'all keep on playing with this thing if y'all want to.
Especially around election time.
Showing up at your church everywhere. The church pretty full of them.
Man, if I was Beto O'Rourke, I'd be jumping on this like crazy.
But let's understand, it matters if a person has most people in those positions, they have what they call a press secretary or somebody that's over their marketing or somebody's over their agenda or their schedule. And believe it or not, that person is basically responsible for telling their boss where they're going to go today or the meetings they have to go and take or to do public relations work or community service acts or go and make his appearances. They're letting them know we're going to go. We got to go here. We got to go here. We got to go here. Okay. And then it might be something he might want to insert himself. He doesn't, it's not like he's just totally clueless. But in that situation, the important person is the person who controls the politician's daily agenda. For example, and this is taking on I'll simplify the fraction to 1/2. One of the years we had homecoming, a class reunion, right? And if I go way back, and so a couple of years back, I called and made a call to one of Sheila Jackson Lee's folks, because that's her area, Cashmere, and Barbara Jordan and all that. And guess what? They made it possible. She showed up and gave us speak. This past, I'm gonna fast forward, the season opener. I don't know if you've been there or not. Some of you guys that are watching, have you not noticed the mayor of Houston, Sylvester Turner, has been there, take the COVID out the way, 4 of the last 5 season openers. He's came through there, got a plate of food on that Saturday, and went stood out there and watched maybe a half of basketball. That didn't come by accident. He wasn't just driving down the doggone Beltway. It's Rick Godfrey. Uncle Rick went and called because he has a connection with one of his people in his office. He calls them and annually, because that's his base. Acres Homes, Independence Heights, Aldine, Bluebell, all that over there is his base. Aldine ISD is one of his biggest advocates, the superintendent of the district. So he's going into his base. Well, once again, you never know who knows somebody. So that's the thing. If you get to somebody by throwing it out there, somebody may know somebody. Just like and like a Jarvis Johnson, somebody mentioned earlier. Jarvis Johnson, Somebody knows I know Jarvis Johnson. Jarvis Johnson has been a sponsor of one of these sponsors of our Hoops Giving Classic. One year he gave multiple turkeys and fried them and gave out to the people. I know Jarvis because of his days in as a
His son played.
he was a city council first, and then his son played for St. Pius. He was a 2-sport star at St. Pius. So it's small world. But the thing is, once again, this basketball sector, it can be blossomed and parlayed into a high school sports sector. You follow me? And powers that be can make this a humongous block. That's the terminology they use in politics, a voting block. A block that once you have a block that they believe that can move the needle, people will sit down with you and they will listen to your demands. But you have football people may have, like you mentioned earlier, Hatter, there may be some people might want weed legalized. Guess what? That means your seat at the table, that's what you want. That'd be part of the demands over there. The other person might want, they might just want new chalkboards in the school, whatever. Once you get your common demands together, and then the person that's going to represent at the table to represent your block, they go to lobby it for you. They have the meetings for their constituents, and guess that's how the needle gets moved. The thing is, there are people out there, and I said before, I've told you guys, this is the most, you can't count what hasn't been listed. They can't count how many people that's not going to vote that ain't registered to vote. That's why it's most important you keep them on a scary moment of those high school 12th graders. Because if you get a multitude of those registered from certain schools, then the people know which way that block is probably going to vote. If I'm going to get a block of vote of seniors from Katy High School and go get them registered to vote, who do you think is going, which way do you think they're going to probably vote? Now, we can't make them vote. We can get them registered to vote. We can't influence them to go on voting day. But if they do, they are probably going to vote in parallel of what their parents do. And out that way, that's the movement they go. But if those schools, guess what? They have the same amount of people on the basketball team, on the football team at North Shore High School as they do at Katy High School. They have the same amount at Atascocita High School or Summer Creek High School as they have at Seven Lakes or Cinco Ranch. Not the student base, but the team. Guys, raise your antennas up. That's my point. And you can see how this show can help influence you in your minds, no matter what city you are in, to use basketball as a tool. Use football, track and field, baseball, cross country, whatever the hell you're doing. If your kid in the band, it can be morphed into something bigger. It can be. And that's the thing. But we always wait until there's 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning when you want somebody to come out the bullpen, bases loaded, no outs, and you want somebody to save the damn day when you have all the time in the world to get your affairs in order when it comes to economics and what's in your best interest. That's what we got to get better in, man. But we land this plane. I know, man. We can go all
Chris,
day.
what you got, baby, before we get out of here?
I'm good, man. I was gonna go to the World Series tonight, but I'm gonna stay put. I had a ticket. I'm gonna stay put. The Astros, Mendy Collins, don't get mad. They're gonna get that head torn off in Philly tonight, but it's all good though.
So all we need to do is win one, though.
Yeah, okay, but you're not an Astros fan. I don't know where you get this weed stuff at.
No,
so,
I like Dusty Baker.
Is Verlander gonna pitch? That's all.
No, he jacked the first game off. I'm done with his ass.
Verlander is a W for you. You lucky he not. We got McClellan.
Excuse me. Read my lips. I'm done with Verlander.
McClellan's. You would have said at the bottom, man. Not listen. Read that caption, Howard. What does it say down there?
Not a fear.
That's a Houston paper, of course.
I'm done with Verlander, man. That man had a 5-0 lead. Let them folks walk him down like you used to do. Them guys used to beat your summer team.
Oh,
Then
my
you come
God.
down talking about all of them getting scholarship. All of them getting scholarship. That's all right. I don't care how many they win. And then
First of all, I used to win. Second of all, and yes, they all did get scholarships. Anyway, next conversation.
you didn't
Land the
used to
plane,
win.
Jimmy.
You used to
Land the
win.
plane, Jimmy.
You used to win.
You lost your rabbit. You lost your rabbit. You know what, man?
But Astros tonight. Who else tonight?
Hey,
Jimmy,
man,
you know what?
Monday Night
Who's Monday
Football.
night tonight?
Huh?
Monday Night Football.
Yeah, who's on Monday Night Football?
I ain't been keeping up with it, man. Man, I don't like the slave economics concerns.
Oh, is that what you're talking about, the SEC? You so full of crap. All I know is it's a good day in Arlington, Texas. That's all I got to say. Dak is back. Hey, man.
And
we can talk about
Cooper
this
Rush, I
If
trust.
come on tomorrow, that dude Ezekiel Elliott, ooh.
They just got a good backup now.
131 and 3 touchdowns? More than a good backup.
It's okay. I'm telling you, Zeke gonna be the guy back up.
Zeke now can go. He can go to all them dispensaries that he been caught in before. He got time to do all that now.
Hold up, Chris. I didn't play y'all song today.
Yeah, play my song, man.
My bad, man. I'm sorry.
Get him quiet before we land the plane.
What's the name of the song? I
Man,
forgot
I'll
what
go.
you saying.
Oh, you
Don't
playing
let
that?
Jimmy get off. Hey, don't let Jimmy get off.
Jimmy, don't do that, Jimmy.
Ain't nobody calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, are you still involved?
Man, Jimmy walked away, man.
Did he leave?
Yeah, he walked away,
Everybody
man.
texting
That's
me,
messed
nobody
up,
calling
man.
me. What's going on?
That's
Still a boy.
Ain't nobody texting me, calling me, paging me. We still them boy. Hey,
Come on, man. The world's a better place when the Cowboys win and the Lakers win.
Man, what happened with? Why y'all put Dak on the bench though?
What?
Why y'all put Dak on the bench?
We scored 49 points, man.
I'm talking about he was on the bench the whole time. Oh, he missed the whole game because he was hurt.
Come on, man.
You can't do a dude like when he hurt, Chris.
Listen, man. You mean Ezekiel? You mean Zeke? You said that.
I mean Zeke. Hold up,
Yeah,
this
Zeke
for Tim Jumper, y'all. Hold up.
Them boy, I'm still them boy.
I like that boy.
I'm still them boy.
Say it, boy. Say it, Jimmy. Jimmy, I like what he said.
Oh, the world's a better place for the Cowboys Super Bowl.
Hey, man.
Hercules.
Hey,
Cowboys
man.
going to Super Bowl.
Hey, man.
I'm telling
That
you.
game right there, man. I ain't saying
Come
that.
on now.
That
Beat 'em
game
like they
give
was
you.
Yates High School.
Man, that was
Beat
the
'em like
Brown.
they
That was the
TSU
Bears.
High
I
That
don't
was the
care,
Bears.
Jimmy. He whooped them
School.
like
The
they
Bears
stole
are
something.
NFL. The Bears
The
are in the
Bears.
NFL.
Hey, man. That dude said, hey.
Steal them boys. Don't hate Jimmy.
Hey, Lance McCullers the night on the mound. Let me see. Hold on, Jimmy. Let me see. It's an intriguing matchup in the NBA. Because I've been telling y'all been running y'all mouth. Y'all been watching baseball. I've been in NBA in it. This NBA season is fantastic, y'all.
Man,
I ain't
please,
mad.
wait till listen. All them teams you talking about 5-1. Watch what happened in a little bit. Come on, man.
Oh, so that means the people that's not 5 is going to
No, I'm saying y'all talking about being in shape and all that. I'm saying nah, man. I'm just saying like it's just a season where some of these teams that are less talented are playing or just bonding better than some of these other guys. Because we know that the Kang gonna be there. About how many more points he? About 1,200? About 1,300 points?
I got a question. Jimmy, at the 20 game mark, where the Kang gonna be at?
What's your over and under? What's your over and under?
How many wins the Kang gonna have at 20?
What's your over and under, Chris? What's your over and under?
At game 20, they're going to be 11. I'm sorry, they'll be 11-9. They're gonna have a little winning streak.
Write that down, Adam. Write that down, Adam.
11-9.
It's a shot. It's a shot.
11-9.
It's a shot.
We got Russ. We bringing Russ off the bench. We got
Okay.
Hey, listen, I'm not down. Hey, Odyssey, man, calm down with all that. We're gonna be 11-9 at game 20.
Hey, I'd have put this. Oh, I'd have put a sticky on my thing, Chris.
11-9.
11-9. Oh,
11-9.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna be game 20. And the Kang, we're gonna break that record midway through the year. It's gonna be on and popping. You know what's funny? I gotta run after this.
Me too.
Somebody Paul Pierce said trade AD for KD to the Lakers.
If I was the Nets, I wouldn't do it. I don't want AD on my damn team.
What do you mean, KD? You want
I don't want AD on my team.
You got to move Kyrie or KD. You got to move Kyrie or KD. One of them dudes.
Kyrie gonna remove himself soon. Cause guess what? They gonna Kanye West him soon. If he don't, they finna Kanye. They finna Craig Hodges him soon. I'm just telling you, he better watch out.
Oh, Craig Hodges. People don't tell him why you.
I tell him on the show.
Another conversation.
Remember, y'all remind me, Craig. I know Thad Moody know, dude.
Thad Moody know. Craig Hodges.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
Clean out the league.
These folks' leagues, man. This ain't our league. We just employ. Remember, they sign the front of the check. The players sign the back of the check. Y'all don't forget that. Don't get. Somebody just text me. Somebody just said random hey. So guess what? We out of here tomorrow. I got some. Oh my goodness. I got something else for y'all, Chris, tomorrow. I got something for Chris, especially for Chris tomorrow. Chop shop. We out of here. Yeah, Jimmy, man, hold up. Jimmy, slide down Dino's back, man. Folks.
You got to slide down there, but did you give away any passes last week?
No, give him some. I didn't even, man, I forgot. Man, I ain't gonna lie. Dude, Jimmy, when I'm on the show doing it by myself, that's a lot of work.
I'm a Women Rock Wednesday. Of course, don't forget, ladies, on this Wednesday, all throughout the rest of the week.
Okay.
We're going to be giving out, this is my birthday week.
Uh-oh.
And we're going to give out passes to my birthday bash.
What? Oh, my God.
Yeah, Chop Shop. I figured, open the
Where's
thing
it
up.
be? Where's it going to be?
We can't tell. It's secret.
Undisclosed location,
Undisclosed location.
Guess what it's going to be, though?
Hey, Tim Scott. Hey, Jimmy, you can't tell Kim Scott. He'll tell all the Republicans.
Tim.
No, you can't get into us. We got a guard at the door.
Oh, that's right. You can't get in no way.
He ain't gonna be able to get up in here.
That's right. Jimmy, it's just
here.
women on. Jimmy ain't inviting women. We ain't inviting no dudes now. There's only women can come.
Yeah, women. Chop shop ladies.
Chop shop ladies. The chop shop ladies. We don't want no more chop shop men.
We're gonna cap it off at a certain amount. We're gonna starting tomorrow. We will start giving out.
Mindy can't come, Jim. Mindy can't come to no stuff like that.
No, she tell her husband she going to Walmart get a loaf of
bread. Dennis don't play none of that. You ain't going nowhere.
She going to the workouts. She going to the work watch little Johnny. She gonna watch little Mike play. Little Mike play. She gonna watch Mike play.
Jessica. Okay, I'm gonna write these names down. I'm gonna tell you, Jimmy. I got to put Jessica got to be on the list. Marissa, I don't know about Marissa. Marissa gonna be late. Marissa gonna be late if she come. So
Marissa just coming to eat. That's what we're gonna do. Invite me till the party starts at 9.
Jessica, I'm just writing. Jessica Tarver.
I'm gonna let y'all go while y'all get all them women that's afraid to come on and challenge me on the chop shop. So I'm gonna let y'all go. So I can't show up because if I show up, I already know what's gonna happen. They're gonna be upset.
We don't want you there, Chris.
Tim
Scott can't come, Chris. Hold up, y'all. Let me put it back up there. Hey, if you take off, I'm gonna put this in your place. That's gonna be in your place right there. Cut off if you want to.
I'm cutting off. You can put it there. I'm cutting off. Bye. I'm going.
Hey, guess what? Hold on, Jim. I got it. Let me put him in the middle. But no. Hey man, we can't wait. Jimmy, so what you gonna tell the women? What we gonna do? How we gonna
starting tomorrow?
Starting tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, watch tomorrow, and we'll have opportunities throughout the show for women and have some of the best. First of all, whichever ones are the best engages, whoever does the most, have the most comments.
Right.
That the person that would definitely get an invite. different things we might give.
Who got the
whoever's
nice hair
first-
look? I mean, who got the best hairdo that day? Yeah.
Maybe the starting five. Maybe the starting five
Oh, the
might
starting
get
five. The
You
women
see?
in the starting five automatically get in.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so that's the thing. All the first woman in the starting five on tomorrow, all the first and second females on tomorrow, all 5 of the first on Wednesday. And then, of course, in the meanwhile, whoever has at the end of the show, we acknowledge the ones that have the best comments or the most engaging. And not to mention, if there's another person, the way to get your invite to my annual birthday bash will be to whoever has the most new visitors that you bring to the Chop Shop this week, starting tomorrow. And come in and say your name. I'm here and say your name. Then you will, and whoever has the most, we'll tally them up each day. You will get an invite to the annual birthday bash. It's going to be some super Creole food. It's going to be some great beverages. It's going to be, man. And, of course, it's a watch party because the Texans will be playing the Philadelphia Eagles on Thursday evening. So the bash is Thursday evening from 7 to 10 p.m., which is during Thursday night football. And, of course, I'm telling you, the ambiance is going to be outstanding. You guys understand, off the chain. And it's going to end at a reasonable hour so everybody can get home and get to work on that Friday. But
so it's going to start early, Jimmy. What time is it going to start?
7.
Okay, 7. Okay.
Yeah,
7 to what? 7 to 11?
7 to 10. No, 7 to 10. We done. I don't need to see y'all for 3 hours. I'm good.
7.
Y'all drank too much of my liquor anyway. You know what I'm saying?
I promise you, your liquor supply going to be intact if Robert Hatter coming. You ain't going to have to never worry about me drinking nothing.
I have $3,000 worth of liquor.
Okay.
$3,000 worth of liquor.
That ain't enough. Hey, no. No strippers at the party now. No strippers.
They could be Chris Walker's +1. That's what they do. Anyway, guys, we can slide down Dino's back and Yabba Dabba do this thing on this Monday, man. You make sure to share the show on your way out the door. If you haven't done so, share the show on your way out the door. We up out of here, man. See you in 22 hours. Peace. We up out of here. Chop shop.
Oh, look, man. That man said he going to bring his Yeti, man. Bye, man. Wow. This Thursday.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop.